What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? And thank you so much for joining DLD After Dark. What do you think about that thumbnail? Huh? Thumbnail? You can thank Josh with Black Diamond Guns Gear for for that. I want to go through and welcome all you guys and just say what's up. And man, the channel members, you guys are incredible, dude. We've been doing some more stuff on that other platform that's like green color, you know. I don't even think you could, well, it's not wise to say the name, but it's like Bumble with an R, you know. And I'll be doing more stuff over there. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into it. So welcome everybody. We're going to be having some cool conversations. Got our guests coming on here shortly, and we're just going to do a real talk Saturday stream. So like no holds barred, talking about like the reality of like what you actually need. And you know, it's kind of funny because we do live in a world, and we talk about this often, of consumerism and just people shoving stuff down your throat, and your phones and devices and everything just selling items to you constantly. And the firearm world, the gear equipment world, is no different, right? So we're going to just talk about like the actual like necessities of preparedness, preparation, self-defense, and those kinds of things, and just kind of hitting like the basics, but kind of looking at like how everybody is kind of at like different places in their journey, like different stages in their journey, I think it's an important topic to discuss. So let's go ahead and get into it. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to DLD After Dark on YouTube. And I appreciate all you guys coming in and hanging out, especially the channel members. If this is your first time on DLD After Dark, which I don't believe you, because we know YouTube doesn't share this content with new people. They very rarely do, seldomly. If this is your first time on DLD After Dark, then you know what? Go ahead and just comment, say something in the chat. If this is your first time, then I guess I'll let it slide. You're gonna want to hang out with all the people over here, or if you're on mobile, all the great people down here. And you're probably going to find out that this is a great community of awesome people, and you're probably going to get value from the stream tonight. And if you do, I would encourage you to subscribe. And I hope that we earn the right of your subscription. I hope we earn it. Anyway, like I got a mouse in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? I hope I give you enough value that would make you want to subscribe to the channel. Anyway, moving along, what we're going to do is we take the next 10 minutes or so to greet all the channel members and to welcome everybody because, look, excuse me, I look through, each month, all the, I mean, more than each month, but each month, the YouTube analytics, it's like basically 90% of the support for this channel comes from channel memberships. So I want to just go through, greet all the channel members, welcome all y'all. Thank you guys for coming in and hanging out, and just show some extra love. And now, dude, now I got 11 channel members on my other channel. It's like uh Dumble with an R, Bumble with an R. I don't want to say Bumble because it's like, it's weird, but anyway, you know what I'm saying. Rambel. But thanks to Kurt, now there's 11 channel members over there because he was gifting memberships like a crazy man. Hot Dog 990 came through with a $50 super chat. It's crazy. Um, oh, thank you, Zanti. Um, Best 199 I've spent in years. All right, well, let's go through and just welcome all the channel members. First in chat tonight was Kurt 24, the producer of the show. Brother, I appreciate you so much, man. Thank you. Let's do a crisp high five. I guess I got to be careful doing a crisp high five because people may be like, "You're doing a salute," I don't know. People they want so badly to think these things. It's crazy. CNT Designs and Arms, brother, great to see you. Also a channel member. Yo, CNT, why are you said you were in a sling? Why are you in a sling? Why is your arm slinging? I don't know. I don't know. But obviously CNT Designs and Arms is a channel member. Also check out his channel. He does a lot of great stuff for the 2A. Kurt 24, the producer of the show. Let's see, CNT Designs and Arms. Let's see who else we got here. Bill Campers, brother, great to see you as well. Appreciate you coming on. Also a channel member. Let's see, Kurt CNT, Beal. We got Beal. Dang, you guys were up in here chatting up a storm. Holy goodness. Cali Prepper, brother, great to see you as well. Also a channel member. Appreciate you, brother. See Cali Preppa, Bill Camper, Steve Whoop, brother, great to see you. Also a channel member. Appreciate you, my guy. I refuse to say Cali Pepper. I'm gonna say Cali Prepper because that's what's ingrained in my brain. So that's what we're gonna do. Steve Whoop, Marconi, brother, great to see you. A moderator, appreciate you, brother. Steve Whoop, not my name, brother, great to see you. Also a channel member, appreciate you. Let's see, Steve Whoop, Kurt 24 with the boop, beep, beep, boop, boop. Let's see, Kelly Pepper, Steve Whoop. I just want to make sure I'm not missing nobody. I probably already did. I'm look, it's difficult. The Goodness, the channel members are easier because they're big, bold green. But sometimes, like the blue names, I miss them. If you're a moderator and a channel member, I've missed people before. So, Jason Ewing, brother, great to see you. Also a channel member. Hope you and the wifey are doing well. Appreciate you, man. Let's see, Jason Zanti Misfit, brother, great to see you. Also a channel member. Marconi. And if you haven't checked out Marconi Armory, bro, you need to, because that is the best way to get that Lambo Glock slide with the big old chunk port for for the cost of a Radian. You're getting an entire Glock upper, ported slide. It's man and barrel combo. It's crazy. So all you need is an LPK and a spring, and then boom, you're in action. And the quality is nuts. And you may see a DLD Marconi armory slide one day. We haven't done like all the details and stuff, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying it's going to happen as long as the world doesn't totally fall to ashes, which it will. I guess it's just a question of when. Let's see. Steve Whoop, C&T Designs and Arms, Kurt 24. Hey, Agorizer, brother. Great to see you. Also a channel member, long time channel member. C&T Jason Ewing. Let's see. Devil in a red dress. I was honestly, I'll be real. I was thinking about doing one of the old school songs, but you know what? I just I had to rock the lo-fi beat. C&T Misfit, Steve Whoop, C&T Designs and Arms. Jason, who else we got? Zanti, Jason, CNT Designs, Steve Whoop with the fire. Let's see. CNT Aggressor, Zanti, Steve Whoop. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's see. Zanti Misfits, Steve Whoop. Dang, it's all Steve Whoop and Zany Misfits and Agorizers. Hold on, come on, let me get through this here. Kurt 24, the producer of the show. CNC Designs and Arms. There we go. Joe Vacu, brother, great to see you, man. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out as well. CNT Misfits, CNT Designs and Arms. See Steve Whoop. Steve Whoop. Shauna, there you are. Great to see you, Shauna. Also a channel member and a moderator. Great to see you guys. Uh, Obviously, Shauna Ewing and Jason Ewing are they're related. They're married. Okay, I just I wanted to make it weird for a second. Let's see, Zanti Misfit, Jova Hughes. Thank you so much, Shauna. Appreciate that. You guys are awesome. Steve Whoop, CNT Designs and Arms, Jova Q, Agorizer. Let's see. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anybody here. Steve Whoop, Agorizer, Shauna, CNT. Man, I wish I just had like a chat like where I didn't have to repeat everyone's names over and over. Let's see, Marconi, Jova Q, Zanti Misfit, member for 17 months. Best job I ever had. Best $1.99 I've spent in years. I love it. I love it. Let's see, Jova Q, Steve Whoop. All the channel members gets the love because the channel members look, it's like 90% of the channel support, man. I would be nothing without the channel members. Let's see, Cali Preppa, CNT Designs and Arms. Let's see, Steve Whoop, CNT, Kurt 24, Shauna, Agorizer. There he is. Fluffy Bunny Arsenal, brother. Great to see you. Also a channel member. Rip Curl Readiness, also a channel member. My Darkling friends. That just seems weird, like Darkwing Duck, like Darkling friend. Yeah. See, CNT, Kurt 24. Fluffy Bunny Arsenal, Steve Whoop, DB Koopa, brother, great to see you. I want the 2K Geisley with the $1,200 BNT logo. Do what? Hold on. Is that like a thing? Are people? I don't know. I'm not hip. I'm not hip. Although I do have a new 11.5 inch Geisley Super Dookie right there. 3K, 3K. They could beat feet. Hey, Kyle Wade, brother, great to see you. Anderson Manufacturing in the house. Everybody's saluting. Even the people backstage right now are saluting. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right, Steve Whoop, Kurt 24, DB Koopa. We show all of our love to the channel members in the beginning because, look, man, they deserve it. They deserve it. John Crump, live. Great to see you. Appreciate you, brother. I know you just flew back. DB Koopa, Zanti Misfit, John Crump, Live, Jason Ewing, DB Koopa, CNC Designs and Arms, Steve Woo. Okay, let me see. Did I miss anyone else? Did I miss anybody? All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. So tonight, guys, we're gonna have a conversation. We're talking about everything from the standpoint of preparedness, of preparation and self-defense, and we're talking about what you actually need. Okay. Now, in this world of, you know, we talk about, let me tighten this up a little bit. You know, we talk about like this world of, consumerism and everything that we kind of get wrapped up in, and the gun industry, the gear industry, the shooting world, like it's not immune to it. So really a lot of those same things fall right into the same category on in the two-way space too. So how do we pare it down to talk about what you actually need and how to avoid a bunch of the BS when it comes to preparation and preparedness, self-defense, gear, equipment, tools, and all that stuff. So we're going to go ahead and bring on our guest the moment he stops acting like a fool. A dang old fool, I'll tell you what. I'm just kidding. And for everyone out there that's been waiting for the packages from the giveaway. I am almost caught up on packages with DLD hardware and definition knives. And after probably tonight, I'll probably be able to get through everything through the rest of this weekend. So tomorrow. So thank you for your patience. I love all y'all. Appreciate y'all. Oh snap, Mike, you, DLD After Dark. What a nice bunch of channel members. Well, thank you so much, Mike. Mike, you should stick around a while. Thank you. And thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. Let's go ahead and bring on our esteemed guest for the evening. Might I welcome your friend, the legend himself, Chris Kyle, American Sniper.
What's happening, everybody? What's
I'm sorry.
going on?
I'm sorry. I mean Red Dawn from the Red Dawn Readiness channel.
Yes, yes.
I was watching American Sniper earlier. Frederick Dunnigan. Frederick Dunnigan the third. Welcome,
What's
Red
happening, man?
Dawn. Do your little intro. Let everyone know who you are, what you do, and where they can find you.
It's your boy Red Dawn, and I'm ready to go. So don't be a hoe. So I'm from the Red Dawn Readiness Show, and y'all call me Red Dawn. Some of y'all call me Fred. Some of y'all call me Red Donigans, Red Dawn, and
Hmm.
yeah, give me a follow on Instagram, YouTube. I think I'm Red Dawn Resistance over on Rumble, and it's looking like Rumble's becoming a pretty hot spot. So
Yeah, yeah, it is.
I might be bringing out some Rumble content myself, especially because you know how spicy I can get. So I probably will be accepted a little bit more over there.
We do that. We do that. We do that. Yeah. Hey, Kyle Wade. Hold up, hold up. Get ready for it.
Dean.
I'm just saying. And there might be a few people out there that have this shirt as well, not just Flying Rich. Kurt 24 and I think Eric Stockbridge have them as well. They're
What?
weird though. They print weird, and every single one of them that's gone out, every single one has been different. It's kind of crazy.
Interesting.
Um, what we might do this evening, because I can't leave my YouTube folks, sitting here doing nothing. So, what we might do is maybe go for a little bit and then move over to. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. That'd be dope. We can touch guns and stuff. Yeah. Anyway, everyone else that's just coming in, testing, 1, 2, 3, Gunslinger, JC Nina, Live Life, great to see you guys, man. J Pass, what up?
Good to see
Let's see,
y'all, man.
someone else. Take money, take
J
money.
Pass. It's been a minute, J Pass.
It's been a minute. Gurren Wilson, great to see y'all. So yeah, I mean, you heard the brief little intro there, talking about how kind of consumerism can affect different just us in the world, but also different industries. But man, the two-way world is no stranger to consumerism in the way that it's kind of, I mean, just look at SHOT Show for an example. For the next like month and a half, everything is going to be SHOT Show 2025, new products, new products, new products. Dude, it's
A new product in the mail today. Look at this thing.
hey, are those IR Kim lights?
I don't know if they're IR, but they're like
Yo, those are IR, my guy.
these are serious.
Those are IR Kim lights.
Like
My
It
hand is
has like a
cold.
thing inside of it that cracks. One of the other
Yeah.
cool things that he put on here was the
Drag out, brother. Great to see you.
shout out to Crack Shot Preparedness. This is Crack Shot Preparedness's kit. You guys check him out. But the have you seen the Amend 2 Sharpie?
I've not. I've not. Go ahead and take a moment. So this is from Crack Shot Preparedness.
Crack Shot
It's so
Preparedness.
funny as we're talking about consumerism, we're like, and mentioning this, but
Well,
no,
this
showing some
product
of that.
saves lives.
Yeah. So I
And you
do.
don't consume it unless you are saving a life.
Yeah, yeah. It's different, but we got to show the love too. So go ahead.
So this Amend 2 this is a self-defense tool. This is not a regular
Oh,
Sharpie. And it can go through, there's no metallic in it, so it can go through anywhere. You can have this anywhere. And the tip can go through drywall. So this thing right here, it's sharp. Um, Pretty cool little gadget, man. Like you can have this on you and nobody knows what it is.
you know what would be dope? If not to step in here, you know what would be dope? If they made one like this, but like in blue, and they did like a steel tip.
Oh,
You know what
wow.
I'm saying? Like something like that.
That would be cool. But can that one go through a metal detector?
Well, that particular one, because it's steel, it can't.
Mm.
But because your boy knows the deal, we got the G10 joint right
Yeah,
here.
this got the G10, but
And it kinda looks like the blue Sharpie, you know what I mean? It looks
yeah,
like a Sharp it looks like a very sharp Sharpie, you know?
very sharp Sharpie. And this one, it looks like you just haven't got the ink going in it yet.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you need to give it a shake.
It's new, it's new.
Yeah, it's a new Sharpie
Yeah, I mean, you could,
or an old one, depending on how you look at
yeah,
it.
yeah, exactly. It's very old. It probably doesn't work, sir, Mr. TSA. Just kidding. Don't bring things like this on planes, y'all.
Um,
Um,
but yeah, this kit's awesome. What's sick about these handles that I've just like fallen in love with is that they're rubberized, but they have like a texture. They feel super duper sturdy.
mm,
And then one of the other things I was checking out is it's the Rhino Rescue tourniquet. But you know how when you prep your tourniquet, it came prepped out of the package.
hold on. Are you saying that people are supposed to stage their tourniquets on their gear?
Yeah, I
Whatever do
did.
you mean?
Well, if this is the white part here or whatever color it is covering all the way, then when you crank it down, you're gonna get stuck. So you stage
Yeah.
it like this. And how interesting they staged it was, you know how a lot of times, and maybe some other people have seen it this way, but like it's still folded in the back, so it's not like flapping. It has like a fold, if you can see that
Nice.
in the back here. So when you pull it, it'll all come out. But what else I thought was cool about this tourniquet is the kind of Velcro it has is not the kind that's gonna like pick up everything in it. It's like that newer style where it's like,
Was super fine, kinda.
yeah, it's hard to describe. It's kind of like it's made from plastic instead of like a fiber.
That didn't sound too committed. Yeah, it was. You could just say no.
I mean, I don't know if it's exactly what you're describing when you said really fine. I mean, I
Shout
know
out to
works great.
Frag Out, by the way. If you guys haven't checked out Frag Out Firearms, Frag Out Design Studios, man, my man is laying down some crazy, crazy work, and it's literally art on,
Some of the finest work
handguns,
I've
rifles.
ever seen with my own two eyes.
For real. Like, dude is hand drawing, scrolling, and just crazy engraving stuff, and then uploading it to his machine, and then his laser is lasering his hand drawings. So a lot of people are like, oh, big artist, like the laser's doing all the work. Like, no, my guy, he's hand drawing the stuff first. So Anyway, I
Wow.
love it. So, put some, spec on his name, I believe is what the kids say nowadays. So,
Put some spec on it.
put some spec on it. Yeah, let me grab the actually, it's too far away. So I stage my tourniquets, similarly. I, pull the timepiece back if it's not staged like that already, and then I push it back to one side, and then I push the flappy do behind it, and then I also stage the actual Velcro piece to basically be able to just grab it and yeet and open it up. And then if I need to just yeet and then slip it over something, it's good. If I need to give it an extra tug to completely open it all the way up, then I can do that too. And I would encourage you guys to actually
Mm.
train with this equipment and practice. And if you're doing drills, even if you're doing drills with like your boys, you can literally stop your live fire drill and have somebody say injury left leg, injury right arm, injury, and stop, and then have, someone cover, and then have someone go down, and then have someone do, uh, uh, a tourniquet. Or I mean, wound packing gets a little weird because you're packing nothing but, pack his belly button right now. Curb Creeper, what up? Darkhead told me to just start. Sorry, just letting him and y'all know.
You know what I thought was a brilliant thing to do today was
What? I don't get it, Curb Creeper. I'm sorry.
what do you
Sorry,
say?
go ahead.
Just-
To just
Um, every time you are stagnant shooting in the drill, if you had blanks and someone could fire off blanks, maybe not at you, but just so you could hear that you're taking fire when you're stationary and that you need to keep moving.
I mean,
So
the person doing so if you have a person covering, and then you, depending on how many people you have, if you have a person covering and then a person down and then a person attending to the down person, the person covering could continue to fire down range, which would
are you
give
talking
you
about
an
medical?
extra. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So like, let's say you have three dudes at the range. You probably cannot do this at your indoor range, stalls, right? But like, if one of the guys says, injury left leg, and taps one person's shoulder, then boom, that guy obviously makes his gun safe, goes down, and then, one guy takes security and cover, and then the other guy, does whatever, whether it's a tourniquet or pretend wound packing, whatever, right? Just trying to get the reps in of like,
Shit, some of that times you're gonna need to drag him to cover.
yeah,
If you're in the middle of wide open and now the three of you are there and your homeboys
you're
just
you're
shoot,
short.
he's gone,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
gone. Then like you're
It
gonna
just
need to
depends
drag
on.
him and get him out and keep moving, keep moving, keep.
Yeah.
So the kid that I had who was over in Ukraine who came on my show on Wednesday, I told you, I might have told you, but he actually lives like not too far from me, a few towns over. So
From
we had
me
a
or from
range
you?
for
Oh,
me.
from you, from you.
Yeah, so we actually met up at the range today.
Oh, my bad. Hold on. Kurt Creeper. If you put like your channel link or something in there, YouTube will take that out. Any links, anything, only mods can post them. But dude, that's what's up, man. Curb Creeper started his own channel, dude. And I did. I,
Nice.
I always say that. I'm like, dude, just start your channel. If you're pissed off about the way things are, if you want to, like get your voice out there, if you want to do, just
And
start
don't
it.
worry so
That's
much
what you
about
do.
what you think of your own content at first. Just put it out.
Yeah, you'll
You're
have plenty of
like
time to
you'll
laugh
get
at it
better.
later.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
definitely.
You will be laughing at your, old content much, much later. Keep going, I gotta grab a drink.
So yeah, so the kid he was over in Ukraine for an entire 12 months. Ended up living not too far from me. And we had a range day that was like kind of in between us because we're not that close. And he met us out there and we got to run some drills and I got some of his feedback and some of his experience. And he's fast. I mean, he's 23 years old, so he should be fast. But He's fast. Also with a red dot, he hit out to 300 yards with a red dot and a magnifier on a Sig spear today.
Hey,
11 and a half Sig spear, 300 yards was like no problem for him.
hold on. Are you saying if you sight in your gun and you know your holds that you can shoot far away?
Yep. And so yeah, I was highly impressed with him today. And like we went over some things with mag changes of like just not looking at the gun, like keeping your eyes on the battlefield and seeing what's happening and doing your mag change. So that way, if you see something coming, you can get up mid mag change and move and, uh,
That's
keep.
why. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
We did do a drill today where he was like, all right, we're going to do this drill. 2 to the chest, 1 to the head, 1 to the groin. And I was like,
I've heard about that. I've heard
I
about that.
heard about that.
So 2 to the chest, 1 to the head. That's what we
I
call
was like, I guess
the
that's what they're teaching now. It's like the
yeah, that's
standard operating procedure.
so we all know 2 to the chest, 1 to the head is what they call the Mozambique or AKA failure drill, right? Well, 2 to the chest, 1 to the head, 1 to the groin is what we call the Brozambique. And for reasons that we won't discuss, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So does anyone know why they called it the failure drill?
No, I don't know. Because maybe
It's
that person is like failed once you tap them that many times. Do the chest, 1 to the head.
so 2 to the chest, 1 to the head. I want to see if one of the viewers gets it first. DLD After Dark, 9mm sim paint rounds. Dude, sim is an excellent way to train force on force. And dude, you feel like you're like for real in that moment when dude, even when I'm playing like laser tag with my daughter, I'm like, like sweating, like hiding behind a door, like like I get into stuff like that, man. You throw in like airsoft or Sims or something, and it's dude, it feels real.
So Rebel Spirit said, I disagree. I think one should look at their magwell when reloading, just no tunnel vision. So what we were working on is changing elevation, but having your gun up high enough that you can see everything and your magwell at the same time. So you're not locked into your magwell and you could be being flanked. So you're up observing what is happening, but your magwell's like I can see both my hands right here and I'm looking all over there. So, that is what we worked on.
So
And
actually, several people got this right, but yes, you're 100% correct, Red Dawn, and that's why
workspace, baby.
a lot of people say, a lot of instructors, they say you got to bring the gun to your workspace, right? Is that what you said? The mic was cutting out.
I,
You
I
said,
read lawfully armed. Yeah, he commented workspace, and yeah, it's
yeah,
it's in your workspace up here, so you can see it, but you're not fixated on it. So you're
yeah.
not losing your eyes on if someone's flanking you because they know you're out and they think you're down here messing with your gun, and meanwhile you got someone coming around. So you have to know what's happening around you, and it's really important that you do that because if you take your eyes off something for a split second, you may think it's a split second, and you lose orientation, and you do this, and then you're back looking for a target, and you've been flanked, and that's
Also, if you're casting your vision on like a plane, right? Like let's say a field or whatever it may be, and you take your eyes off and then come back, right? First off, you really shouldn't do that unless there is a specific intentional reason to, but your eyes catch movement, right? So if you look down and someone's moving, you're not going to see it. So your eyes, when you're casting your view across like a plane, is going to spot movement like that. But if something moves while you're looking away, looking down, or what I've seen a lot is guys may not be looking at their gun when they change their mags, but for some reason they'll look at their gun when they give their magazine a tug, and it's almost like if you tug and it comes out, you're gonna know,
Yep.
you're gonna feel it, you know. But yeah, you always got to bring the gun back to your workspace. And a lot of instructors say, you can look through with pistol, you can look through your trigger guard. Some exaggerate with it a great deal to where, when you draw and you're shooting and you're doing a magazine reload, it's like to your face to look through
Or
the,
like
I mean,
like here on the side of the temple type
dude,
where
there's a lot of dudes that believe in temple index, not believe in it as like as if it exists or not. I mean, temple index was a real thing
yeah.
for a lot of years when you ran, moved, were bounding, whatever. Dudes literally would put their gun up against their head and temple
They
index.
kind of like over accentuated it too, but I mean
Yeah.
just you can have it around this area so you're not like
Yeah, it's the workspace is this is your box, right?
yeah.
So this box is your workspace, whether you're talking about your long gun or your handgun. I also want to say I am not an instructor. I don't give any advice. I don't give any instructions. We're just talking about classes that we've done and training events that we've done, and even just shooting at the range that we're reflecting on. So,
Yep.
um, going back to what some of these guys said, actually, a lot of these answers were correct. A was the skinnies were hopped up. That is 100% true. And then also, Steve Whoop, yeah, so fails to stop, yes, in a way. And that could be because they were hopped up or because they were wearing body armor. At the time, they were actually encountering a lot of people that were wearing body armor. Hang on one sec.
So
Sorry.
you good? You want
Yeah,
to
yeah.
finish that up?
Yeah, just real quick. So they were encountering a lot of people with body armor. So what they were doing was they were doing two to the chest, and that's what they trained to do. And then they realized that in a lot of cases, dudes were not dropping. So they started training two to the chest, one to
Mhm.
the head, which is called a failure drill or the Mozambique.
And the other guy that I train with, we've been working on a lot is the space above the plate. So throat is like our main focus. It's a failure to stop drill ensures that an approaching target goes down. Yep.
Beautiful.
Um, is this area above the plate, right? Is obviously ideal if they're wearing plates for your first shot. If you hit it, you're doing massive damage. But I mean, the groin has always been a spot, for
The
putting
pelvic
some
girdle, little pelvic
pelvic girdle.
girdle action.
So yeah, it was just funny that we ended up running that drill. He was like, well, "This is the one we're gonna do." And I was like, "Man,
So is he a trench grenade viewer or
I don't think so. I don't. I mean, he did 4 years in the army and a year in Ukraine. Um, and I think he's trying to get back in to go in as a ranger. Uh, but he had a lot of experience and talked about a lot of things that he's seen over there, stuff that's happened. He showed videos of stuff that he's done from. I guess everybody there is getting issued a body cam because the footage is prevalent in this battle.
dang? Yeah, you had an interesting situation. You were doing your show. You had a guy that went over to Ukraine as a contractor, and he was sharing some very interesting stories.
Yep.
Talk about that a little bit.
Well, the one that I had this past week.
Did you have another guy from Ukraine come on, or was it? I
What?
was talking about, yeah, from the past week. Like
Yeah,
it was like 3 4 days ago.
that's the guy who I met at the range. Same guy.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't realize it was the same dude.
same guy.
That's what's up. Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Well,
Um.
so explain what happened and like how he kind of came up on your show and what you guys discussed.
So he said that he had hopped on YouTube and I don't know what he was watching, but he said, I saw the name Red Dawn and I loved that movie and I seen your live and he just hopped in and he was just talking in the chat and he said that he had just gotten back from Ukraine and was just chatting normal. And so I was like, hey man, we'd love to hear about that experience. hit me up on Instagram right now and I'll send you over a link to come in the show. And he did. So he came on the show while we were live. And then obviously we talked on Instagram a little bit. We stayed backstage afterwards. Basically, he says the new IEDs are drones. Like there's multiple kinds of drones. The ones that kamikaze into people are pretty hard to defend against. Like very hard. That's one of the reasons why you cannot stop moving ever. You cannot stop moving because a drone can get you. And also there is like the drones
those little ones.
Yeah, those are the little ones.
The tiny ones that are moving like 100 miles an hour. Dude,
Yeah.
that's insane.
Yep.
They're like the size of like smaller than your fist, and they pack a punch of HE and they just boom when they detonate, man.
Yep. So that's why he said you just cannot stop moving. And the big ones, they have big ones that you can take out easier with shotguns and stuff like that. But the small ones, man, he said they're almost impossible to defend against it. All you just have to literally keep moving.
So there are dudes. Oh, go ahead.
One of the reasons is the guys who are operating these drones are not that far. So like they don't have the technology we have where they can fly drones from across the earth.
Yeah.
They are not far from the battlefield. And so you can find those hubs yourselves and take those out, and then you're taking down the operator. But they're scanning all the time. So if you're on a battlefield and you're constantly moving, it's hard for them to pick a target. And if they pick you and you're still moving, then you can see something is kind of following you, and you can kind of keep moving till it loses track of you.
So you just die tired, basically.
Yeah, but it's either that or you stop and die sooner.
Well, there are some dudes out there that, and this came up on, I think it was a show we did with Flying Rich and maybe a couple others. Apparently, there's a way to send signals out to incoming drones that will like reverse their GPS and send them back to home. It will cause like a failure on their GPS thing, and like a drone could be heading right towards you, like about to drop some HE, like right in your noggin, and it'll get within like 100 yards and then be like beep, and a signal will turn it around and send it back home. Like
Factory reset scrambler.
Yeah, I don't know, like Rich could probably come on and explain what it is. If it was something that was really easy to do, then I think we'd be hearing about a lot less drone incidents over in with the Ukraine and Russia engagement. Black Diamond Guns and Gear, Josh, brother, great to see you as well, man. Thank you for the excellent thumbnail tonight, man. I did give you credit for that earlier. Appreciate you. Flying Rich, brother, great to see you as well. Appreciate you, man.
Yep. Good to see you, Josh. Good to see you, Flying Rich, brothers.
I mean, I think some type of digital interference that would turn a drone around and send it back home, man, I don't see a better way to defeat drones and how prevalent and dangerous they are. I think that if there's a way, but a lot of people may start running like encrypted stuff. I don't know much about that world. Other people know much more about that than I do.
Yeah, definitely some interesting feedback and good stuff that we got to talk about, and I think we'll probably get together and train a little more often. And it was cool stuff. Showed me some stuff that he got off some Russians, their knockoff aim point. He had one of the knockoff Russian aim points that he managed to procure. Some Zenico furniture for a KP9 that he managed to procure. Yeah.
Dang.
He also has KP9, but he had the furniture separate from it.
I'll be real. If I were in that situation, I would definitely be bringing some stuff back home too. Obviously, war is hell. War is terrible, and yeah. So I typed in today real talk, right? And I was going to bring up some stuff like just to give dudes like because everyone is at a different place in their journey for preparedness and preparation, self defense, and all that. But it kind of got me thinking. Did did you watch that 2 hour Sig video that I sent you?
No, you didn't send it to me, did you?
Yeah, I thought I sent it to you.
I heard you guys talking about it, and no, you
I'll be
didn't.
real. Man, I got
Mm.
half a mind to literally pull it up right now and watch the entire thing with y'all. I mean, this first off, I would encourage all of you guys to go to this dude's channel and be like, yo, you need to go on DLD After Dark and talk about this stuff.
What's his
Um,
channel name?
I'll pull it up and I'll share it here. It's The video was exceptional. The dude did a remarkable job with the actual video, okay? Let me just say that. Um, Secondly, after watching this, you will never want to spend another singular dollar with SIG, and you'll probably want to sell every single thing that you've ever purchased from them. Let me see here. And it's not like just so you guys know, like I'm not the type to like listen to one person that says one thing and then make life decisions based on that stuff. All right. I'm just saying that this dude is dropping receipts the entire time. He's showing the documents from the lawsuits. He's showing like case files. He's showing investigative reports. He's like, dude is like he's on point, and even if some of the stuff might be real, it's like, dude, even do you know what he w the way he said it was, people within the industry, do you know what they call the SIG 365 trigger?
The
The shake
Mushkush.
awake. The shake awake trigger. Because
Really?
he had said that there is a way to if you just apply very very light amount of pressure on the trigger and then shake the gun, striker will drop. Mine did that today. I literally tried it with Rich on the phone. Here, let me pull this up.
Well,
I kind of
if we make it to Rumble, we can try it together on a stream.
oh, that's true if we do it on Rumble. Maybe we could do man, maybe we could start it on here and then bring it over to Rumble or something.
We can do that.
Let me see. View channel. Okay, just hang tight.
Steve Whoop
Really?
says no. He said the 365 was better. 320 was the bad one.
Yes,
I
but
don't know.
it was a 2 hour video. And in the video he said that they call the 365 the shake awake trigger. I promise you.
From what
I
I'm
want
seeing, man, is them trying the FCU. It's a challenging thing. I think that a lot of people are recreating this Glock FCU because, bro, the reason everyone is remaking Glocks and sticking to the majority of the what a Glock is because it's simplistic and works. And
sure.
even SHOT Show this year, I'm like, dude, some of these guns are so fancy, they're so nice, everything is up and up. And I know you guys talked about it. Like, I'm walking into the Glock booth, and what did Glock do for SHOT Show 25? A new optic cut, right? Like,
Yeah.
but
Mhm.
overall, it's like, what more can they do? Like
Dude,
everybody else is trying, like what a Gen 6 would be, everyone else has done it, and it's still not a Glock. So it's like if Glock was to come out with a Gen 6 or something more advanced, it's like why and what? Like what else more honestly, I think what they could do is upgrade their grip. Like, and I don't think they have to change it much. By the way, the kid that came today, and shout out to I don't know, I forget his channel name, but we talked about this on Instagram because I was like, the Gen 5 without a backstrap, it's a little skinny for my hand up top. And especially the longer grips. I think I talked to you about that. Like on the 19, the palm swell is up higher, so it's like dead center of my palm, which is nice. Um,
Oh, hold on. No way. Stifler Manufacturing says, "Oh, hey, DLD After Dark. The discount code is live on our site, 10% off with code DARK." Dude, that's what's up, man. That's
damn,
awesome. Get yourself some Glock slides and a whole bunch of other stuff that they sell. They do their own custom slides, Cerakoting, all sorts of stuff. Thank you,
nice,
Stifler.
dude.
Stifler's mom has got it going on. So hold on. So let me pull this up here just so you guys see the link I dropped from my other channel. That's just my personal channel. That is the video. That is the channel. If you guys want to go leave a comment saying, because I left a comment to myself saying, hey, excellent video, but also I'd like to have you come on my channel and talk about these things. But man, I don't know. Maybe we play it, bro. What do you think?
I am definitely down for some sig bashing.
And
Um,
and look, I yeah, I hate to like for it to sound like that because it's not like I want to bash Sig because they're Sig and I hate Sig. It's that if anyone did this, if Glock did these things, I would be totally bashing Glock. Like, trust that it does not matter if it's Glock or Sig or Knights or whoever. The type of stuff, it is literally unbelievable. Unbelievable. And this dude who has a small channel, it's like Band or something. Pro
Protra band.
Protra Band. PROTRABAND. The dude has
Protra.
like 6,000 subscribers and it had like 45,000 views in the first day.
It's got 85 now in two
Woo!
days.
Bro, this dude is on point. You know what? Let's do it. I know I'm gonna get hit for a whatchamacallit, but I say we do it, man.
So
Because
it's
I
just,
mean,
I
when
guess you may have to change the title to "What do you need?" It should be "What do you not need?"
yeah, for real. Yeah, hold on. And I know it's funny because I actually monetized this stream, but
Shh. I wonder if we should take it to Rumble so we can show SIGs while we do this.
dude, I'll show all my SIGs. I mean, dude, I'll be honest, like I tried to make my 320s go off. I literally took a 9 mil round, pulled the projectile, dumped the powder, put a case with a primer in there, 16-ounce nylon hammer, and just boom, boom, boom. I tried everything I could
Wow.
do.
Did you
Nothing.
try all three of them?
All of them. Every SIG that I got, even the 365. So I have the
365 not going off.
so they did update and change a lot of things, and you don't hear about the 365s going off. Man,
They had, I think, at one point, like, and not a lot of them. They had like a delayed trigger where it was like you pulled the trigger, and it after a second, then it dropped it. Where
yeah.
there was something catching to the point where it wasn't just dropping it right away. I didn't see many of that. I think I might have saw one guy's video on it, but
The thing that makes me super uncomfortable is when whether it's a 320 or 365, when I look at the firearm and I pull the trigger, I can literally see the slide going like this every time I pull the trigger, and it's
I
like,
don't do that.
you never seen that?
Uh-uh.
Dude,
We
it's
don't do that.
sometimes Glocks have a little bit of movement, but it's maybe a little bit of forward movement. Maybe. And I mean like micro, right? But that's not an issue because it's just going forward. That's where the locking block it's fine. But I
Glocks,
don't know.
I've noticed that. It depending on if you got that stock trigger break, like fresh out and the Gen 5s are a little smoother at it, but the older ones, it
Yeah.
was like gunk. When you
Yeah, I
pulled the
mean,
dry fire, it was like
it
chink.
depends, and it depends if it's a factory Glock or if you put it together. Because a lot of times, if you built it, then those parts need a little bit of time. It's like I say it like this: like when you build a Glock and you first introduce those parts, it's an introduction, right? They get introduced, then they begin dating, and then after some dating and rubbing up against each other, then the dating goes to mating, and then the mating goes to marriage, and
They
then they
start making little Glocks.
yes, the marriage takes a little while, right? And sometimes when you pull the trigger, the slide may still move forward a little bit, which yeah, it's something you got to keep in mind. But yeah, man, I say we do it. Yo, the old school SIGs, in my opinion, totally good. The 226, the classic line, 226s, 229s, uh 229, yeah,
Dare you
226,
say even
229s.
the 220?
Yeah,
I
220s,
don't
good to
think I
go.
heard anything about the 220.
Yeah, I think the 220s are good to go. Uh I feel a little weird about like the Zev 226 that's like single action only, but it's eh, I don't know. Look, to each their own. If I know a lot of people out there that carry 320s, they carry them appendix, they carry 365s, they carry,
I
you
carried
know,
365 for 4 years.
yeah, and a lot of people do with no issues. But there are too many, in my opinion, for me personally, there are too many instances where some of them choose to go off on their own, and I'm not comfortable with that. Also, I don't think it's a superior platform to anything else. Mike McClune, the Goon, brother, great to see you. Appreciate you joining us as
I
well.
think especially with the introduction to the Echelon, I have to be honest, the Echelon so far, you're not hearing nothing, nothing. And there's a lot of them out there right now. There's a lot
Yeah,
of people
yeah.
who shoot them. Um, the
There is
one guy, yep,
one thing to keep in mind with the echelon is the similar to the 320, the ejector is integrated within the fire control unit. So if you're inserting a mag that does not physically have a over insertion, um, you know, something stopping it from getting slammed too far up. However, I will say that the what I've seen is that the magazine just kinda, the ejector gets, like, jammed in the magazine, but on the 320s, it literally bends it up, and the slide will not go back into battery, and then the FCU is toast, donezo.
mm, I haven't
You
seen
might
that.
be able to bend it back, you might be able to do, but I would not.
I ain't bending
Yeah,
something back on my
yeah.
gun.
I'm just saying in, like, an emergency situation, if, like, I need this gun to get back up and running right now,
That's when you boomerang it.
bam. Yeah, that's gonna be your best bet, your best bet. Silverback says, "My EDC is a 226." Nice, that's a great gun, dude. The Elite 226 has been, like, a gun that I've been drooling over for a long time. Honestly, since I was a kid, I've wanted a 226, but, um, the Elite, I just kinda fell in love with. I told James Reeves at the Gundies that Red Dawn wants to have his offspring. Well, that was nice of you. I sent James Reeves a stalker letter, and I'm pretty sure I scared him away from ever wanting to talk to me again. So before we get into this, I just want to give a quick shout out, guys. We
It's
are
just me, or does James Reeves kind of look like the dude from Full House?
what,
That's
like
every time I think of him, I'm like,
Uncle Jesse?
yeah, he's Uncle Jesse from Full House.
I don't get Uncle Jesse vibes from him. What was that dude's name? Um, it'll come to me. It'll come to me. Dude, James Reeves is a heck of a guy. He's a
Yeah.
really good dude. So before we get into this Sig situation, yeah, I'll have to go back and change the title because why not? You guys are already good on all your preps, guns, and gear and self defense stuff, right? You don't need us. You don't need us talking about that. Anyway, I want to show some love. We have Launch 2 that we're working on right now. However, we still have a bunch of definition knives altogether. Co-pilots are completely sold out. So if you go to definitionknives.com, you are going to see a bunch of super Gucci knives for a very affordable price. These are knives that we put a lot of very, very hard work,
Oh,
time,
that's
energy,
heavy
and
right
money
there.
into. The Boyd, are you rocking the Boyd too?
Every
Dude,
day, all day.
the Boyd is where it's at, man. It's so smooth. Like you're looking at copper discs, ball bearings. This thing is like on glass, bro. It's crazy. And right now we're working on launch two, and it's fun, exciting, and very stressful. And we're waiting on our packaging too. So we're delayed because of packaging. We got all sorts of stuff we're working out, but that's how things are when you sell things. So if you go to definitionknives.com, you're going to see some super Gucci knives that are excellent quality, and all of them are under $100. All of these are 59 to 79 bucks. They are some of these are 8CR13 MOV steel. Someone just placed an order. That's awesome. Heck yeah. Some of them are D2 tool steel. The new ones we got coming, I'm definitely not gonna pull them out and start flexing these things on camera. But we're working on some new ones. They're definitely not 154 cm steel. We got some dope stuff that we're working on, like taking carbon fiber and G10 and stacking them
Ooh,
together and doing frame locks like that. Flipper frame locks. Hey, I got that same one.
I know. I got this
Thank
idea
you.
from you.
Yeah. So we're working on some really cool stuff. Man, look how thick that thing is, bro. It's like 5.5 millimeters
That's
thick, man.
crazy.
Yeah, it is a monster. Let's see
That's
which
gonna
other
be
ones
a
we
big, big gash.
have. Big boy.
Big
The
gash.
co-pilots are sold out, so just keep in mind the co-pilots are sold out, but we are getting some more. Man, I bet Rich really loves this. The co-pilots are the number one most popular, most sold knife on definitionknives.com. We got some super dope knives coming,
Damn.
but it's probably going to be a couple months before we get launch two up, man. We may be able to get them out sooner, but we're putting a little bit more time and attention into launch two, and you may also see Red Dawn's knife. Oh, I think that's ow. I think that's over at the table. I don't think that's here. Oh, check this one. This one is the same thing, but OD green.
That's sick.
OD green with G10 in there, and dang, that thing snaps out of there.
Ooh, I like that, bro.
The black blade.
Yes. Can I switch mine to that one?
No.
I'm OD green everything.
Dude, just look how gorgeous that green is. And this also has the carbon fiber fused to the G10 as well. And then like machined out. Where is the don't fall. I thought I had the Red Dawn knife over here too. Oh, hold on. I think it's
I'm way behind in the comments.
all right. I gotta
What's
show
up,
I gotta
prepared
show these.
citizens? Good to see you. Good to see you. I need one of those fixed blades.
Bro, look at
I
this.
love that one, bro.
This one we undersized the G10 to have the frame kind of stick out a little bit, have a little high polish right there,
Yeah.
and we designed the blade. This okay. So a lot of people are going to see it and be like, "What? It's just a blade. What's the big deal?" Okay, so we wanted a blade. I'll be honest, Rich. Sorry, I wanted a blade that was a cross between a Tonto and a drop point. So we shaped it like a Tonto would be, with a edge, secondary
Drop
point,
though.
and first point, but it arches. So check this out.
Sick.
So it's like a Tonto, but it's like a drop pointo.
This this
Tonto
is
top point.
well, I don't think this is considered a Tonto, but that edge that you
It
have on
is.
there where it's like, yeah, right
That's a
here.
Tonto. Yeah.
Yeah, so you got that edge on it where it can still like give you that extra cut through.
Yeah, that is I mean the Tontos were originally designed to pierce through very hard armor and chainmail. and that second edge, bro, that thing is serious. We definitely are going to do a collab with Frag Out when we get something with like aluminum scales that he can draw on. Last thing, really quickly on these, the G10 has a denim pattern on it, and right now the colors that we're working on for this one are
Ooh,
so nasty, dude. Right now you see it in black and orange, and even the whatchamacallit is in orange G10. And
real quick.
man, it's such a cool blade shape, man. I love that the whatchamacallit, what's it called? What's the term for that thing again? Lanyard loop. Sorry, I love that the lanyard loop is orange G10 as well. So it's cool, super solid too. We wanted to do a bunch of flipper liner locks. That's what a lot of people were asking for. I swear I had the Red Dawn knife right here. We uh we may shuffle some things around. Ooh. I got too many knives out here. So, inspired by the co-pilot, we wanted to do more blue hardware and carbon fiber, but when you turn it around, it's a frame lock,
Wow,
and
that is
look
so
at
sick,
that. Dude,
dude.
and it's a tiny little guy, but man, it's strong, bro. It's got some fire to it. These are
I
not
like
available
that.
yet. Yeah, this thing is fire. Oh, here it is. Here's the Frederick Donegan. So
Yeah.
I think this is the direction that we're going with the Frederick Donegan knife, but we may shuffle some things around. You even see a little bit of knurling right there. You ready?
Yeah.
Dude, D2 tool steel.
Black D2.
DLC coating. Man,
Nice.
and even without swinging it, oh, almost got it. It's it's just super smooth, man. I like this
Nice.
a lot. So all these we're working on these. Oh, and the Red Dawn knife has like wood grain in the G10. It's hard to see on camera, but
Wood
yeah,
grain
dude,
dripping.
wood grain gripping. Yeah, this I'm pumped about launch 2, but dude, the only way we can get to launch 2 is by selling through launch 1. All the co-pilots are gone. We are going to order some more co-pilots. But the journalist, the birdshot, the DK1, the Boyd, the all those are still currently available. We are going to keep those for sale as well. So keep in mind. Did somebody say clickbait? What? For those late night D&D sessions. So that small fixed blade is a cold steel knife, actually, that Red Dawn and I both have and use and carry. But we are working on, so for definition knives, we are working on fixed blades as well. But we're focusing on folders right now. We are going to do, if you guys notice a theme, the first launch that we put out was 5 knives, and all of them were roller lock, axis lock style, right? The next one is going to be like 5 to 7 knives, maybe more, but probably 5 to 7 knives, and all of them are going to be liner locks and frame locks and flippers. Yeah. So I would guess that when we do fixed blades, you may see a whole launch of fixed blades come out. You also may see things come out like tools, like field tools. So multi tools,
Fry bars.
pry bars, like all, dude, there's dozens and dozens and dozens, literally, like no exaggeration, dozens and dozens and dozens, over 3 dozen items that we are. If I showed y'all the pictures in my email right now, y'all would believe it, bro. But I can't. Sorry. So anyway, what are your thoughts on all those knives that I just showed?
They're phenomenal. I want all of them.
Appreciate that. Which one do
Yeah.
you think looks the coolest?
Well, the Red Dawn looks phenomenal.
Of course.
But the chunky one that you held up with the carbon fiber and the OD green, that is a must. The super skinny one, that's a must. Yeah, the blade with the stonewash. I'm a stonewash like freak. That's one of the reasons why, like, I just love my Boyd because it has the stonewash. But that thing is phenomenal.
I do like that it's a frame lock too, and bro, that thing is it's almost the thickness of a 22 round. Like that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, this is pretty dope. I'll tell you what though. I think my favorite from all of these is this one right here.
That's bro, look at that.
Carbon fiber fused to G10 and then machined out to give you that texture, and then reverse flip.
Yeah, that's nasty too. I like how the grip has that bend in it.
Yeah, yeah. It's almost like the bat wing, and not what you do with your balls when you stretch them out, like the bat wing that Batman throws. But how dope would it be? Because this is an ultralight model, and this was designed to be ultralight, so similar to like the Cold Steel Black Talon 2. There's no steel liner. The liner lock was built into and fused into the scales, right? But after kind of reviewing it and putting some thought into it and kind of trying to beat it up a little bit, I was like, well, how dope would it be if we did line the entire thing with steel, and then if we did make it a roller lock cross bolt, or maybe you do both, add a flipper in the back, or a pocket wave in the front. So like now we're getting crazy. We're changing colors. We're changing, we're getting crazy. So anyway, sorry, I didn't mean for this to turn into a Definition Knives commercial, but get you some definitionknives.com.
Facts. I am looking forward to it.
But do
you know what's amazing about Definition Knives? I'm just gonna say, but like, I've always loved knives, and I've always wanted to have like a good collection of knives, not just keep getting these cheaper EDC knives that last a little bit. And then,
what's up, Greg?
So what I like about Definition Knives is you can get that high feeling quality at an amazing price, and I think what you're doing is fantastic.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you. It's funny because I mentioned this a few times, but I was talking to my brother, and he was like, "Hey, I was considering getting another Benchmade bug out," and I was like, "Oh, cool. Which one are you gonna get? What color?" And he was like, "Well, I was gonna get a Benchmade bug out, but instead, I think I'll buy your entire collection of knives." So for the price that he was gonna pay for one Benchmade knife, he is getting all 5 of the, launch one. And dude, you know what? It'd be crazy to hear, like, these may even be manufactured in the same factory. I mean, they may be. You never know. I mean, but they may be assembled somewhere else. They
I
may
guarantee you those 5 knives will outlive the one Benchmade. Guarantee.
Straight up, they're twice as thick, dude. 3.3 millimeters thick. They're twice the thickness. That's crazy. It's crazy. And that's not even the thickest one, bro.
Damn. Which one's that one?
It's the Journalist.
Damn.
It's a thick boy.
My Journalist is in there. I didn't grab it.
Dude, the Journalist is a workhorse too, man. So, but I'm thinking,
I love my Journalist.
I probably shouldn't drop too much info, but whatever. Honestly, this can't be what I'm going to share. Cannot be like the only place ever that it's ever been mentioned. So here's what I was thinking. So one of the failure points on, and this is how you know if a company is honest or not. Okay, hang on. All right. So I don't care who makes the knife. if you develop a knife like this is the DK1 from Definition Knives. If you are using a system like this, a lot of people call it a roller lock, an axis lock. It's called a bunch of different things. It's technically a cross bolt. But if you develop a knife like this, one of the issues, and this is industry wide, it is not just us, it's not just Benchmade, it's not just whomever. If you take this knife and turn it around like this and take it on a hard surface like a tree stump or whatever, and you just bang, you slam the back of the blade down on a table, on I mean, you got to do it hard, but you got to watch because it will clamp down, and be careful if you do.
That's where I'm like,
I'm saying don't do it, but if someone did it, the knives can fail because what happens is the inertia jumps the lock. Okay. So it's not really technically failing. It's not like a catastrophic failure where it
no,
breaks or anything.
it's a good stabbing knife.
It just for a brief second, the inertia jumps the lock, right? You can do it on padlocks, you can do it on a bunch of stuff. So I was thinking about it and I was like, well, what if we did something instead of having a the way that it's designed now, it's these little springs underneath, right?
Uh-huh.
And they're on each side, and you basically pull it down like this, like I'm just kidding. You pull it down like that, and then that allows, because of the geometry of the bottom of the blade, that allows it to swing open until it locks back up into place, right? Well, I was thinking about it. I was like, what if we did this? What if we had designed a like steel pin going vertically up with a
That into
heavy coil spring on it that pushed up to where you would need to put much more force on the roller lock to open it and close it. But man, that thing would be like break proof, basically.
Mhm.
I mean, I think that something like that would be like a game changer for knives. Knives like this, like
I
roller
think
lock
I guess the
crossbar.
hard part is like getting it so it's like you have to submerge it all the way through that beam to get it to be very solid.
What do you mean? Say it again.
Because you're making like a T post almost, right? Like you have it here, but it has a T for it to sit into. So as long as they can make that, which I'm sure they can,
Yeah, it's
Chinese are good at making all kinds of things.
I
But yeah,
also I also kind of want there's probably a way that the crossbar itself could be beefed up to like 4, 5, 6 millimeters, like a solid piece of steel. You know what I'm saying?
ooh,
Like more solid, you know? Dude, I
yep.
think there's a way to make these crossbar knives like just I don't want to okay, I can't say as strong as like a fixed blade, but as like duty ready as lockbacks or frame locks or like crazy stupid solid knives. So we'll work on stuff like that, but just rest assured, just like all these other companies out here that you love that are doing crazy awesome things, that are developing knives, that are developing firearms, that are developing the coolest stuff, we are out here, we are innovating, and we are trying new crazy things, and we're going to keep doing that and keep innovating. And every launch that we come out with, the more we do, they're going to be crazy. I'm sorry, that was like a 15-minute Definition Knives commercial. I get passionate about this stuff, bro. That's all. They need a Glock trigger style safety. That, I mean, kind of, right? You know, they need the hey, Chris Stevenson, good to
Who
see you,
makes it?
man.
Agency Arms, I think, makes it. Where you can swap the trigger out and have that for Sig. Or are you
Oh
saying
yeah, I heard something like that. Dark Definition knives are made in factory 66 or 386 in China. They're actually not, but there are only like three three factories in the region that we're getting them made at. So, but it is a number. It is a number. I'll tell you that. It's a number. There's a
Okay.
Gucci.
Okay.
So DLD, when you get a fixed blade ready, can I pre-order one so that way I can do a video drop the day of the launch with you? Yeah, I think we can set something like that up. I know a lot of folks were, you know, kind of let down that we didn't get to send out. We totally went over our budget on knives that we were supposed to send out. We, yeah, we're working on it. Anyway, you want to do this thing?
Let's do it.
All right, we're gonna do this thing with the stuff. So here, what we have is here's proof the P320 is defective. Sig Sauer lies exposed. Now, what I would like to do, I would like to take a moment and warn you guys. This is a disclaimer. If there are any young children in the room, I would like to let you know that you are a terrible parent if there are young children in your room at midnight. If you're not on the East Coast and it's much earlier in the evening, then that's okay if you have children in the room. However, if there are children in the room, I would ask that you let them go somewhere else, because here on this video, you're going to be seeing people that accidentally pew themselves in the legs, and I mean they don't. The gun does. Also, you're going to see Sig Sauer lying about a bunch of financial crimes. You're going to see a CEO that was already charged and convicted and pled guilty to illegal. The dude was like, you know what? I'll just let y'all listen, okay? But lots of dirtbag stuff, and man, I think we got to talk about it. And if you guys could do me a favor and go to this gentleman's channel, I would love the opportunity to have him on the show. His channel name is right here. It is Pro TRA Brand. So there you go. And let's do it.
Hey, look, it's John Stamos.
And and now I'm gonna unmute it because there's that.
So many people still don't fully understand that we are 100% American made in New Hampshire. And
okay, hang on. You'll also note that the first 5 minutes is like funny. The rest of the 2 hours is not fun. It's serious stuff. All right, so get through the first 5 minutes. You'll get through both of the 2 hours. So here we go.
so many people still don't fully understand that we are 100% American made in New Hampshire and in all of our facilities.
Are you sure about that? Oh no.
Bruh.
Boom, bam, bop, bada bop, boom, pow.
We are 100% American made in New Hampshire.
Are you serious right now, bruh?
Why are MPX mad?
So if you guys didn't see that, it says India, Korea, Indonesia, like all these other countries. Like, yeah.
That's it. I want to know. They're plastic.
You just
The big talk. I'm just gonna. I'm of course gonna bring it up. But everyone's talked about barrel deflection and rail deflection, about that being a potential issue. Is there anything that you could speak to about that?
You son of a bitch.
Showed you I'm the mouthpiece, not the actual science guy. But that's for sure.
People
That's
say,
for sure.
I am not going to support a company that uses its customers as beta testers. How do you respond to that?
That terminology, beta tester, comes from the fact that when you launch
What the hell was that guy doing?
so much product over a decade,
Which
you
guy?
always have something that didn't work exactly like you wanted.
These are
to
all people
in the
that
first
have
place.
SIG 320s going off.
That said and done, when you look at quality of SIG products, we're measured by.
Also, just to add, for anyone that wants to go back and take a look, it does give the location and date and time and all that in the bottom as well.
Special Operations Command, by the military, by Marine Corps, by 80 countries around the world. Top tier operators use SIG. US military is a very hard client to make happy, whether it's a 320, 365, MCX, Spear, suppressors, ammunition, optics. It's all in the hands of the best and a third of law enforcement in America. So to say that we have a problem there, you know, it's the SIG haters that love to wave that flag.
The SIG haters.
That's quite big.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are among the very first people in the world to look at these images, which appear to me to show very serious manufacturing defects in the SIG P320, not only on the sear engagement surface, but on the striker foot as well. Guys, this has been a long time coming. People who have doubted this gun have been called all sorts of things, but now I feel like we finally have proof. And I will just...
So I want to add one other thing. There are some pictures in here where, and Red Dawn, if you have anything at any point, just like hold up a finger or something, let me know. Just not the naughty finger. So there's a moment here where several pictures are shared, and they kind of look like, you know, a little suspect. And what had happened is there was a SIG engineer working on his laptop, and somebody went up with their cell phone and took pictures behind a SIG engineer as he was working on his laptop. Bro, crazy. All right, back at it.
Just say, this is all my opinion. I don't think all P320s are defective, but based on these photographs, it sure looks like at least a few of them are. And you have to wonder about the manufacturing conditions that led to this being able to take place. And the only reason actually we have these photos is because as SIG's engineer was going through his laptop,
I'm getting his drink.
One of the other guys was behind him sniping with the cell phone camera, taking pics over his shoulder as he went through these images. So kind of a crazy story, guys. We have a lot to get to. Let's jump right in. And I know what some of you are thinking, Protraband, the way the P320 is designed, even if the striker slips off of that sear, the striker safety will in theory catch the striker and prevent it from moving all the way forward and impacting that round. And I agree with you in theory. However, unfortunately for SIG, we now have this document, a PQDR from our Army that appears to show defects in the striker safety. So this has been unclassified. It says M17, M18 PQDR. Background, redacted is having a new issue with our SIG M18s. The safety lock as pictured is shearing and disabling the drop safety. Weapon will still fire and function normally, but can be unsafe if dropped. If not corrected, weapon could accidentally discharge. And guys, in their armory, 3 of the 115 that they had were found broken during inspection, with a round count of about 5,000 to 6,000. Now, expected pistol life can be anywhere from 20 to 30,000. So I know 5,000 might sound like a lot, really not a lot over the lifetime of this gun. So completely unacceptable for a company that's supposed to be giving our boys and ladies the best equipment possible. You can see the document goes into some details here. Now, here's the image here. So it's just completely missing. Along with the spring. So how could this happen? So with that, we have everything kind of we need, guys, to explain these negligent discharges. If the fully cocked striker is hanging on just a fraction of that contact surface it's supposed to be, and if it's rounded,
I pushed it to 1.25
in my opinion, and if the striker safety is malformed or is not functioning properly, it would not stop that detonation from happening. So it's basically over. It's basically Jover for the SIG bros, and now it's pretty much over for SIG. They just had another massive settlement of $11 million this time to a Army veteran in Philadelphia who was shot in his leg by...
We all get a case of the Mondays.
Oh,
sometimes.
Come on, dude.
So
Really?
Case of the Mondays, Coors Light is giving
his own P320. So I do view this as sort of a vindication. And I think for all the GunTube channels who have been breathlessly defending this company, it's maybe time to take a step back and think about, were you missiled perhaps? And like I said, I don't think all P320s are defective, but I do agree with SIG CEO Ron Cohen when he said that when you launch so much product over a decade, there will always be something that doesn't go exactly the way you want it to go. Now, unfortunately for Ron, when a gun doesn't work the way you want it to, people can die. And I do think that if you buy a P320 today, it's very possible that you're getting a highly QC'd product, probably from all the pressure of lawsuits. I did notice SIG is hiring around 5 different quality control related positions. However, even if they've corrected the issue, I do think there's more than enough bad, quote unquote, P320s still in circulation that we're going to run into this issue for some time. In fact, we just had a discharge out of Texas. A gentleman was injured, unfortunately, again, and there are many more lawsuits to come against SIG. So today we're going to go over all the evidence I couldn't fit in part one, and we hopefully are going to end this P320 debate on YouTube once and for all, or at least we'll give it our best to try to today. And in this video, we're going to count.
Yeah, by the way, this is part 2. By the way, just to let y'all
it's going to be
know.
like a classic
Sorry, I had you
veteran
muted for a
countdown,
sec.
but we lose a little more faith in humanity each time. And you might be wondering, Protraman, how could a product with such obvious deficiencies escape the factory from SIG? How did no one catch this? And when I read this next story to you, I think it's going to make pretty clear how a product like this could slip out of SIG with no one noticing. As we're going to learn, employees in SIG's QC division have a little bit more than just their jobs to worry about. And everything I'm going to present you today is, of course, an allegation. It has not yet been proven, but I also want you to keep in mind as we read this next story, SIG would eventually settle with this person before the case could go to trial. So just keep that in mind. Literally right before their employees were about to get deposed, they offered a settlement. And we know that from court documents. SIG actually asked the judge for a time extension to file the paperwork because they were getting that check ready to be sent off. Probably not a small check by any means.
Fish's AI chin.
Fish's AI chin did dirty. P320, greatest gun ever conceived.
Is that from the thumbnail that I made of Big Fish?
You know, I would guess that it's probably Fish himself.
Yeah.
Or, you know, I don't know. It could be. Look, I know there's a couple guys out there that have some serious alt accounts that if I can go through and see, do I see my man in here? No, I'm not gonna put him out there. But oh, good to see you. What's up, James Lynch, Anthony Smith, let's see, Rebel Spirit, Redneck Roughneck, G23. Anyone else that I missed? Welcome everyone else that's joining. Damian Christ, brother, great to see you. So I think I have an idea of who that is. Lawfully Armed, new logo. You dig? I like it.
I do too.
I noticed you didn't select a Sig P320 for the background firearm. That's interesting. I'm printing a gun right now. Are you? Question mark. Got a cheese, brother. Great to see you, Chenamemba.
Got a cheese.
All right, I'm gonna keep rocking it. And look, let me say this: I very much dislike that the 320 is not a solid, trustworthy gun, because the FCU idea with the Flux Raider, the FCU idea with the boombox gun, with the there are all these incredible guns that. If it was a trustworthy gun, I would love to run a Sig 320 FCU in some of this stuff, but it's just one of the things where just you can't trust it. Now,
I think a lot of these companies are going to just start shifting it to the Echelon FCU because I think
they could. Or maybe even the RXM. Dude, give me
maybe even the RXM.
Give me the RXM and a Flux or some kind of B&T chassis or something like that. Solid.
So let's dive in. This is the story of Pamela Bond, and I will warn that younger viewers should probably leave the room for this next chapter. We're going to go over some pretty serious allegations of harassment at Sig Sauer, and there's some pretty serious gaslighting in here as well if you guys are sensitive to that. So let's dive in. In September 2014, Pamela Bond was hired to work as a temporary employee for Sig Sauer Inc., a firearms manufacturer. She was a tumbler operator in Sig Sauer's firearms finishing department. And I want to say here, this woman is a grandma. Like literally, she's either in her 50s or 60s, and she has about...
This is not Pam Bondi. This is Pam Bond. She actually likes guns.
Yeah, this is not red flag Bondi. Yo, can I add right away? I'm sorry for this young lady that I paused on her face. It does look like she's running out of teeth, but I'm not going to talk smack about her. Let me just say,
the name's Bond. Pam Bond.
Bond. Pam Bond. You know what I found today? Today, I found today. I went to a local gun shop and I grabbed some more medical equipment because some of the chest seals and like the burn kit and stuff is coming up on its expiration date. So I was like, let me grab some more. Dude, the NAR, I know there's a lot of controversy with NAR right now and all that stuff. I don't care about that specifically for this stuff because it doesn't really apply. The NAR burn kit, which everyone should have in their range bag, their IFAC, and not their IFAC, but like on your gun belt, but at least have access to it, the burn kit. It's like $6.99. And if your gun blew up and like, you had burns all over you or something, dude, for less than $7, you can save a young baby with a swollen belly with a fly on its face.
Ooh.
I'm just kidding. Sorry. But it's a great buy. I also got the larger chest seals and some other stuff.
I'm gonna be
and then
right
I also
back. I'm gonna grab a cup of coffee.
Yeah, go ahead. I also got like some spare parts. I got some spare AR firing pins and just other stuff just to have on hand. And I just want to say, remember to police that stuff, right? If your kit, if your medical stuff, keep an eye on it because it does expire. And maybe after running really hard with chest seals and just keep an eye on it. You may need to replace that stuff. But anyway, while I was there, I came across, I don't know if this was maybe priced incorrectly or something. I came across a Safariland holster for a Glock 17 with a TLR / X300, so a light. It's an RDS model. It's a 6000 series holster wrapped in multicam for $159. I was like, bro, what? Like that's like a $289 holster for sale for $159. I was like, now I just need $159 to go get that. It's not the right time to do that. I do need that for 17s, but we'll get there. I saw testing 1 2 3. What's up, brother? Good to see you. I saw some other folks up in here. Gutter Cheese, JPass G23, the Armsman, brother. Great to see you as well. So I don't know if you heard. So what I found at the local gun shop was a Safariland holster for a Glock 17 for an RDS model with a light wrapped in multicam for $159.
Wow, it's like the price I got mine for.
That's what I'm saying.
$141.
To get a wrapped holster, wrapped in multicam, it's an RDS model with, you can run a Glock 17.
They have it in that like miscellaneous bin that is in all gun stores.
They got 2 of them up. They actually got 3. They got a black one and 2 multicam, and all 3 of them are $159. I'm like, is this an accident? Because usually that's like $289 on Safariland's website, bro. JC9. I thought I saw Drew in here. Where did Drew go? JPOS, G23, JC9, Redneck Roughneck, Garen Wilson, Fish's AI Chin. That's great. I
Fish
also
is gonna be proud of me on Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
This Tuesday.
Print your own. I would never run a printed holster, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not running a printed. Dude, I'll literally run like a printed QLS, but I'm not gonna run a printed holster. I'm sorry. All right, let's get back to your viewing pleasure.
About 10 grandkids. Keep that in mind as we read the following. Early in her employment, Miss Bond was taunted by her coworker.
Adam Bond,
for
what up?
example, the coworker fired an air gun into her as she bent over to pick up her coat. Miss Bond complained to her supervisor, Norman Perrone, that the conduct was unacceptable. Though Mr. Perrone represented that he would address the conduct with the coworker, he failed to do so, and he also failed to report the conduct to Sig Sauer. So she gets hired, she gets harassed by her coworker, reports to her
There
boss,
he
and
is,
nothing happens.
Drewski.
So
Great to see you, brother.
To address it, and then in spring of 2015,
Drew is
her
here.
manager himself,
Thank you, brother.
Mr. Perrone,
Appreciate you.
too, began to taunt Miss Bond. So imagine you're at work and that happens to you, and instead of actually helping you,
Okay, all right, hang on. So everyone's asking, or I saw several people ask about the mask. Black Diamond Guns Gear said, "What's up with PSR Junior?" CNT says, "Why is this guy going all administrative results on us?" Adam Baum, great to see you. So here's what I think. It seems that he has some privileged information about Sig. I'm beginning to wonder if he may or may not be a former empleado con Sig. I'm just saying. I don't know, but it would make sense if because he's got a lot of info. You know what I'm saying? If he would be maybe under some type of NDA, and maybe that's why he doesn't face the show or show the face. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? I don't know.
That sounds like hell, dude. At first, the comments were passive. On Easter, he sought out Miss Bond to tell her he was going home to play hide the carrot.
Craig, good to see you, brother.
Grabbing her bunny ears. Miss Bond objected to the comments, telling Mr. Perone politely she found them to be offensive and please stop making them. Gradually, his comments became more personal and aggressive. In May 2015, Mr. Perone told Miss Bond that he liked the view when she bent over her tumbler to clean the trough out. Wow, dude. In June 2015, Mr. Perone told Miss Bond that he could take care of her with his 10-inch. I will never look.
Zaxby's just out Philly the
got a
Philly
10-inch
with
Sig
our
Sauer?
signature crispy chicken fingers.
Look at Sig 10-inch barrels the same way again. In July 2015,
Sig Sauer
commented so Miss Bond's male coworker could hear that she had a pregnant ass. I'm actually not sure what this means. If you guys know what this means, please help me out there. On a different occasion, in July 2015, Mr. Perone asked Miss Bond to jump up on a tumbler and dance. Okay. Later in July 2015, Mr. Perone exclaimed to Miss Bond that he was going to strap her to the tumbler so that he could watch her shake. Wow, dude, what is going on with the Sig employees? They are freaky, bro. In August or early September 2015, Mr. Perone dropped gun parts on the floor and told Miss Bond to pick that up. In October 2015, Mr. Perone slap her ass. Wow, she was out of grab distance for him, I guess. Number 23, throughout this period, in response to Mr. Perone's behavior, Miss Bond respectfully admonished him, telling him with increasing forcefulness to please not speak to me that way. Mr. Perone became increasingly angry when Miss Bond objected to his behavior, and he began to openly threaten to fire Miss Bond. As of the fall of 2015, Mr. Perone additionally decreased Miss Bond's work hours, causing her a loss in income. Mr. Perone simultaneously, okay, this is kind of where it gets evil. Mr. Perone simultaneously increased performance and productivity demands for Miss Bond, and he changed her work assignments such that she was forced to work with heavier materials. Emotionally distraught over Mr. Perone's mistreatment,
literally playing grab ass.
Quality control inspector Hadley Reed. And guys, we finally have hard confirmation that at least one person works in QC at Sig, though with all this going on at work, I'm not surprised they might be a little distracted on the job. Miss Reed, now keep in mind, this is not the woman being harassed allegedly. Spawn. This is her coworker trying to get help for her. Miss Reed reported Mr. Perone's offensive sexual and adverse actions taken against Miss Bond to Sig Sauer Human Resources Manager Renee Dion. Miss Dion dismissed Miss Reed and her report, telling Miss Reed that she could not take the report because Miss Reed was not yet a permanent employee of Sig Sauer. This occurred despite that Sig Sauer's harassment policy invited reports.
Yo, that's crazy.
That is just such obvious BS to say, oh, sorry, you're not a real employee yet, so we can't take your claims of harassment seriously. Sorry, dude. In December 2015, Ms. Bond herself,
Barton Fink, good to see you, bro.
Offensive and adverse actions directed at her to his departmental supervisor, Gordon Packer. Okay, so we started getting harassed by the coworker, went above him to the manager. Manager started harassing us too. Now we're going above the manager to his manager. Can you guys guess what will happen next? Let's see. Mr. Packer promised to address the conduct, but took no actual action to help Ms. Bond. Rather, Mr. Packer contacted Mr. Perone to tell him what Miss Bond had reported, and he and Mr. Perone laughed about Miss Bond.
So does it say todo es una teoria? What? All of it is theory?
Law, but I have no
is that what it means, theory?
Lying, and I think it's interesting that Sig settled right before their employees could get deposed. I wonder what they were
there's too many receipts,
asked about or happening. It's tough to read, dude. This is evil right here. Miss Reed overheard Mr. Packer and Mr. Perone laughing about Miss Bond, and she reported the conversation to Mr. Packer's supervisor. So now we're at level 3 of management.
Let me stop this real quick to say this, guys. While everyone was going through the process of this lawsuit, now remember, anyone can file a lawsuit. You could file a can of soup. Okay, I'm just saying. While they were going through this lawsuit, when they were starting to depose Sig Sauer employees, they stopped and settled with her for $11 million.
This woman?
This woman.
$11 million? Sig touched me too.
Yeah, me too. Show me on the 320 where
$11
Sig touched you.
$11 million.
I'm saying. So is this all theory? Would you pay $11 million for a theory that's unproven? I'm just saying. If there was some, I'm just saying. All right, let's keep it going.
Phil Hinckley, as well as what she had witnessed regarding Mr. Perone's offensive and adverse actions taken against Miss Bond. Mr. Hinckley took no responsive action to Miss Reed's report other than to inform Mr. Perone of what Miss Reed had reported to him. It sure seems like they protect their own at Sig Sauer. Mr. Perone bitterly snapped at Miss Reed for throwing him under the bus, so it does sound like he was admonished in some way if he was upset at her. In January 2016, having received no relief, Miss Bond reported Mr. Perone's offensive and adverse actions directed at her to Renee Dion.
This stuff right here, this is just a little add-in of the sexual harassment stuff, okay? The stuff that not only you guys are going to see that is alleged and that there's mad receipts for, but if someone like me or Red Dawn or Rich were to even like joke about some of the stuff that they have been confirmed to be doing at SIG, we would literally be locked in federal prison, bro. It is like we're talking about
that's why I don't tell jokes.
Sending a bunch of NFA items out to somebody and then manually overriding to change the addressee and recipient. And then when they get investigated about it, like everyone starts lying and say that they can't get proof of delivery and all this stuff. Sending stuff to other countries illegally, helping China build their 9mm, allegedly building their 9mm submachine gun that is like basically, you know, based on the MCX and all sorts of stuff. That's like, bro, like really, like.
Our enemies?
It's crazy. Yeah. We'll keep it going.
Renee Dion and see what happens. Although you guys can probably guess what's going to happen at this point. Miss Bond identified
this
several
is just showing how
conduct,
much dirtbagness is going on with
these witnesses. Instead,
SIG.
approximately a week after Miss Bond's report to her, Miss Dion allowed Mr. Perone to conduct Miss Bond's 2015 performance review. Miss Dion permitted Mr. Perone to give Miss Bond a poor score in the category of attitude and to advise Miss Bond that she had been negative in not accepting the direction from her supervisor. Miss Dion further, on January 19th, 2016, issued Miss Bond a letter advising that no action needed to be taken against Mr. Perone in response to her report because, in her view, his behavior had gotten better. Well, that's a great turnaround in just 1 month after like a year of harassing someone. A miraculous turnaround for this gentleman. I'm very happy for him. The same letter, this is where it gets into like crazy psyop territory, the same letter remarkably warned Miss Bond that she must be mindful of comporting with 6 Sauer standards of conduct upon information and belief. That essentially means, as far as we know, it's a legal way of saying, as far as we know. Miss Dion took no action against Mr. Perone and instead took adverse action against Miss Bond because Miss Dion has a close personal relationship with Mr. Perone. Isn't that sweet, guys? After learning of Miss Bond's report to Human Resources of sexual harassment, Mr. Perone stated in the presence of Miss Reed that he was going to get rid of that, referring to Miss Bond. So if you're saying that in earshot of the coworker who's also reporting to HR, it's clear that you feel you can't be touched, in my opinion, and that you have some level of protection to basically do whatever you want. Crazy. By the way, if you or I did any of the things that Mr. Perone is alleged to have done in this lawsuit, we would have an instant 5-star wanted level. We would not be walking out of work of our own recognizance, okay? Rules apply to people like you and me, but apparently not people at SIG. Miss Reed reported this threat to Patty Wanapane, Sig Sauer Human Resources representative, who, like Miss Dion, took no action in response to Miss Reed's report. Huge surprise. And this is where the psyop gets dialed up to 10 here. Meanwhile, Mr. Perone became highly abusive in his conduct toward Miss Bond. He frequently scrutinized her work without cause and yelled at her and humiliated her in front of her coworkers. Mr. Perone further instructed Miss Bond's coworkers, who had been instructed to work as a team, to not interact with her or assist her with her work. So look at what they do there, guys. They put you on an island. They try to isolate you, to turn people against you, to try to get you to leave. They can't just fire you for no reason, so they're kind of trying to push her out in other ways, it looks like here. It's really sick, actually. This next part is crazy. On or about March 1, 2016, Miss Bond appealed to Mr. Perone, asking him to
yeah, because out here you get canned for anything.
She was suffering from shoulder pain, and her tumbler had been overloaded at Mr. Perone's direction. Mr. Perone told Miss Bond to
pause. Red Dawn. What are you carrying today?
A Glock 19, a Glock 17, a Glock 45, and an AR-15 11-inch suppressed with a LaRue trigger, a HRF magwell, a 30-round magazine, a Barrow Concept Slingster.
Well, in that case, I'm carrying a 14.5-inch Geisley 40mm green Super Duty. I'm carrying an 11.5-inch Anderson.
They're all within arm's reach. So
yeah, but what are you carrying?
Glock 19.
Okay.
Glock 19 with a TLR 7A.
And a
Trijicon sights.
507C.
No, I'm iron sights, right?
You're iron sighting it, bro. You know how dangerous that is, bro. You know red dots get you 2x hit points.
Well, the distance that I'd be shooting someone who protruded into my house, I don't even think I need sights at all. But
we annihilate protrusions here. Absolutely.
Yes.
And
technically I'm carrying a cold steel that my boy DLD actually pointed me to long ago, and I've literally had it now for probably a year.
Is that
so
not
that's
the
how
best
long.
like $22 you've ever spent?
And you know who else DLD told me to do was to take my clip, because I love this clip, which came on one of my duck knives, and said, just use the zip ties. And it's been more solid than freaking screws, these zip ties.
Dude, I did the same thing. Zip tied my ish. It's like freaking tech locks up in here, bro.
It is. And this can go on my duty belt, it can go on a regular belt. And it's a small good knife. It's a nice little.
Mike says he's carrying the Sig 365 XL comp. Nice. What else are you guys carrying? Look, I switched it up today. I said, you know what? I am done with 9mm today. All right. I no longer want to carry 9mm for the rest of my life today.
So you're carrying a 9x19?
No, I'm carrying a full fifth. 4/5 is about this big. It's about a foot wide. No,
those old-fashioned, really slow rounds. I know the one that
4/5 of 1 foot. Goodness gracious, that's a large caliber. So this is I'm today carrying a Glock 30S with let me show you this bad boy here.
S stands for sexy.
Actually stands for slim because they use the Glock 36 slide on it. You could eat a bowl of cereal out of those mofos. I'm just saying. 230 grain HSTZs. I am rocking the Glock 30S with a Glock 2021 magazine in it, and it's a shooter. It's quite the shooter, and I enjoy it. What are y'all carrying? 10mm.
Strap check.
Yo, strap check time indeed. It's strap check.
Strap check. Strap check. Strap check. Strap check.
I'm the strap that checks your gat. Indeed, do.
Shout out to Blue's Clues, because
that's Dora the Explorer. What are you talking about, man?
Oh yeah, that is
strap check. So City Prepper says I still got my Walter White on me. Yo, if there's, you know what I would love to do aside from sending your guns to Fat Rooster _1 on Instagram. Oh, I forgot to do the thing. Dang it, Bobby! I'll tell you what. Hang on. How do I do?
Yo, Dora the Explorer. Like I can't watch when the map comes out anymore. It just doesn't hit the same anymore now that they've angled that word.
What you mean, though?
Whenever we watch Dora the Explorer, man,
with the
I'm
word
the map, I'm the map, I'm the map, and I'm like, fucking map, you fucking map.
So tell people what you mean.
Sorry about my language.
By the word map.
If you guys don't know, I don't even like talking about it. I don't like talking about it. I'd rather say profane words than describe.
I know.
The profanity of what that modern term means. It's that out of my mouth.
It is. It's bad. It's they are intentionally trying to normalize things like that, and they want to oh whoops, no, don't add.
I can tell a story about Ukraine. That's this topic.
Oh, did I? Okay, I think I have. No, don't add to queue.
Apparently, the legal age for consent in Ukraine is 16 and not 18. It's pretty
Reactions, pop out chat. Okay.
Pretty weird.
Community. Hold on. I think I know how to do this. Okay, so let's say clear.
Murder map, murder map, murder map.
Okay, so I think now I can do this. Community moderation, participants, moderation activity, timestamps, reactions. No, don't turn off reactions.
What's a
Faux.
642, Drew? 642?
Put user in.
I'm using a
642 is a Smith & Wesson 5-shot J frame.
Ooh, I'm using a sticky holster also. I
Ooh.
primarily rock sticky holsters at home.
Yes, yes. Hold up. You keep talking to the people.
Burn all maps, says Black Diamond.
Yes.
Josh, Guns and Gear. I almost said Black Diamond, Guns and Gear. Black Diamond, Guns and Gear. Yeah. Fat Tech Josh, burn all maps. So yeah, today I did find out that their culture over in Ukraine apparently is like a 16-year-old is an adult over there, which just sounds mind-boggling when you think of how stupid
That
they
is
can be at 16.
absolutely disgusting.
Absolutely disgusting. And I don't think Donald Trump's going to get rid of federal income tax as much as we hoped he would.
Dude, I don't know who ever thought that because he said we're creating the external revenue service to ensure that we're getting money from other countries. I think they thought, oh, he's going to do that as opposed to internal revenue. Like, no.
Well, he actually said it a bunch of times that if he tariffs and tariffing when we were making our most money and we were financially most stable, we tariffed everyone and we didn't tax our people.
Dude, I'm down with that. I just don't believe they'll ever do that.
I know. But you know what? We got to hold these people's feet to the fire. And you know who I haven't seen talk at all since Trump became president is RFK Jr. I'm waiting for the hear that they're banning red 40 and blue whatever.
Oh, red 40 is banned in 2 years.
According to
they just settled a lawsuit or
what about all the other ones?
Some court.
What about blue 40?
Bro, we just gotta take what we can get. All right, I'm putting up a poll right now.
You banned one poison out of all the other ones that we still have for you.
They'll just find another poison. We know that. All right, so I currently
Red 41 is still good to go, y'all. Red 41 still on the table.
Yeah. Right. Okay, so I have a poll out right now. Now, if you guys
agree,
know,
Atom Bomb, I'm happy Trump's the president. It's very securing to my soul. However, we demand perfection. None of this.
Like Glocks.
Yes. I want Trump perfection.
Look, everyone keeps talking about how, like, man, why can't someone else make us stop paying taxes? I want you guys to take a moment and listen to that. Why can't someone else make us stop paying taxes? Think about that.
Smith & Wesson can make us stop. Gaston Glock can make us stop.
We choose to engage or not engage. Okay. I'm not saying for anyone to do anything that would get them in trouble. I'm just saying that let's think about it. Like, man, I wish someone would stop feeding me this McDonald's. It's like, you could just stop, I'm not saying.
I am sorry. Your Tesla is not allowed to drive you to McDonald's today. You have reached your calorie limit.
They want you to drive to McDonald's. They don't want you eating steak and stuff. Well, I mean, now that they are mRNAing steak, I mean, maybe that stuff we'll talk about on Rumble. All right, so guys, I want to let you know I am having Fat Rooster. Shout out to Fat Rooster. Guys, if you do not follow Fat Rooster _1 on Instagram, you need to. The dude's Cerakote work is so nasty This guy is Cerakoting stuff for American Defense Manufacturing and a whole bunch of companies that y'all would never know. You probably have something that he Cerakoted, even if it's black. So here's what I poll yourself. So I have a poll right now, and I also have a poll on YouTube. And the poll on YouTube is my 11.5-inch Super Duty. Should I get it M81 Woodland, or
You mean the Red Donigans?
The Frederick Donegan, or multicam, or multicam tropical, or absolutely and utterly useless blue camo, like just a bunch of different color blue camos. I ran out of stuff to put in there.
You know who would be sick is that Navy digital that they used to have, the blue Navy digital.
Dude, digital and cryptic, I like want to throw up on my shoes every time I
there's
see
some
it.
good digital. There's some good digital.
The only good digital is Bobby Digital. I think honestly, so I was talking about doing like a crazy fun, like Mystic Purple, or like I was considering doing like the Honey Badger, like the clear anodized with gray and all that.
I love that.
I love it, but I don't think the Super Duty should be that. I think the 10-3 right there, the 10-3 right there.
I don't like sniper gray like that.
G20. It's not sniper gray. It's somebody said sniper gray. Yeah. Sniper gray was dope in like 07, like 2010. Yeah. It's got it. Look,
it's like mine's not black. It's gray.
It's dark gray. I think like so it's not sniper gray isn't bad. If you guys see his work, he is capable of doing like the craziest stuff. So we talked about like me doing the Super Duty in Mystic Purple, which is basically Burple. It's like a blue purple chameleon, but I was like, bro, this is going to be my main gun, right? It should probably be something that is like effective.
Can it be done in denim?
Probably, yeah.
The denim with the denim chest, you won't even see the thing, and a denim jacket.
That's true. Maybe the 10-3 I do in denim, but I'm also thinking about have him doing the Glock with like the
match. No, you should do it matching set.
You're talking about the Glock matching the rifle?
The 11.5. Yeah, you gotta do it.
So you're saying if people pick like multicam, then I would have to have a multicam rifle with a pistol that shoots a rifle cartridge, a multicam rifle, and a multicam Glock.
Yeah, like whatever you get your 11.5, if you're gonna do a Glock and an 11.5 Geisley Super Duty, first of all, I think that's Geisley Super Duty is going to become your main squeeze because I know you like shorties.
Dude, do you see it already? Look at that. You know what's crazy? So if you look at my 10-3, which has been this is the new Super Duty, okay?
Oh.
This is the 10-3 up there. If you look at it, it is literally exactly the same as my 10-3. It's got the
you gotta get an SBA 5 brace on it, or is there one on there?
That's what I'm gonna do. It's currently the SBA 3. I'm gonna do the SBA 5, but I'm gonna have the top of it coated to match the rest of the gun, and then I'm gonna do tan so it blends in with like the multicam or like whatever it is, because you can only do the polymer on the top.
I like the 50 Shades of FDE too. I love that.
I think that's cool. I was thinking of doing a bunch of different shades of OD green, but I was like,
it doesn't come out the same as.
Yeah, it's different. But I also want something like crazy looking, right? Like, and I think that clear ano and kind of like light gray and all that, like that could be like a kind of crazy.
But do you want it to be still like battle looking or just something that pops?
I mean, if I wanted to do something that just pops, then I could do that like Mystic Purple Burple color,
Because this one that he did right here is freaking fire.
Diddy Digital. All right, hold on.
This one that he did.
Oh yeah, that is pretty dope. And honestly, in like 3 seasons in my area, that would actually be pretty effective. Right there. So
Is it still a little blurry?
no, it's good. We see it. We saw it.
That one is sick.
It is pretty dope. Dude, the amount of like attention he puts into his work is crazy, man. Shout out to him. And not to take away anything from any other Cerakoter we've ever talked about. All right. I'm just saying Fat Rooster is doing some really, really dope work. And he had hit us up and was like, hey, I love what you guys do. What you guys do is like artwork, and I would love to do something for you guys just to show some love. So yeah, I mean, I couldn't just pay to, you know, get a bunch of stuff Cerakoted right now. So I'm super grateful for Fat Rooster doing that. So part of me was like, okay, like if I get the 11.5 Super Duty done and get that in like a real world, because if I do M81, the rest of my kit is multicam. You know what I'm saying?
Why are you stealing my M81?
But I mean, the M81 is fire though. Like I could be.
We've had these discussions. You're multicam guy.
Yeah, but no, I'm a multicam guy because it's good guy camouflage. So if I have to throw on my kit, it's like the don't kill me kit. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
It may reduce the likelihood of you getting smoked by a stranger with a Taurus G2C at Safeway. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know. The guy with the Taurus G2C, he's shooting regardless.
Yeah.
No matter what color.
It's gonna be like this.
You might do better with the Burple against that guy.
Yeah. It'll just cause enough of a moment of a pause to just, you know, dude.
Oh, that's so cool.
The Burple is fire though, dude. Man,
it'd be kind of cool to use it in a multicam.
I thought about that. I thought about doing like blues with like multicam with a bunch of different shades of like blue. That was kind of the blue camo I was thinking. Let's see who's winning right now. Is multicam winning? What's the deal?
I think you should go ahead and do a full multicam rifle and a multicam Glock. Just multicam the snot. You know how sick it looks? Like I took off my M81 wrap on my Glock 45 for the Talon grips because I felt someone's. And now, shout out to Razor JB, but we were talking about the Glock backstrap and like cutting it in half and how that feels, which I think is also really cool.
Dude, hold up. Can you guys see the can you guys see the poll? Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. I can't see the poll on my end, but
let's see. I got the poll.
You got the poll? So dang. So M81 Woodland is 32%, multicam is 16%, multicam tropical is at 21%, and totally useless blue camo is 32%. No, it's tied. It's tied. Yo, why do y'all do this to me? Why do you guys want me to have a totally useless blue cam? It's because I put totally useless in there.
I don't know. There's a part of me too that I would literally get it the same green as your other Super Duty and have two that just match. I'm weird like that. I love like uniformity.
I know, but I'm also thinking about like doing like a plum Glock or come on, somebody just unvoted for Woodland and voted for totally useless blue camo.
I don't think you can unvote. How do you unvote?
You can. You just unclick it. Yo, it's up to 33%, bro. You absolutely can unvote 100. No. Or you get an alt account come in and boom.
But then you can't take votes away once you vote.
We love you, DLD. That's why we break your balls. I know, and that it's all love.
Oh, it's over.
Dang, 30
way ahead, bro.
%.
You're stuck with Blurple.
I mean,
it's gonna look like the Joker's gun room when you hang the Blurple next to the 40mm green, and it's gonna be you got the blue and purple lights. It's gonna be like
So hold up. So are you saying so the blue camo? If I did the purple, is that what you're saying? If I did mystic purple, or do I have to do blue camo now?
I don't know, bro. You showed Ape Defense over there spraying that mag. That was pretty
Yeah,
freaking cool, bro.
it was cool. It was cool. But I also talked to Fat Rooster, and he was like, "Bro, those are not made for like hard use. Those are. It's like a kind of thing. It's called like gun candy. It's
Yeah.
got like glitter." And you know, he was like, "I would not recommend that for a hard use gun. I'll do it. I'll do it. But you know, um, I think if I did blue camo." Honestly, what I would do is tell him to do multicam, but just in a bunch of different color like blues, like dark navy blue, royal blue, light blue, like that kind of thing. Dang, so I'm gonna have to do another one to. How's there only 42 votes when I got 70 people in here? Well, I guess,
Everybody wants M81 now, bro. Everybody's going M80. Rip Curl last night was gonna hit him up and
dude.
get his Super Duty done in M81.
Hey, I've always loved M81. When I was a kid, my uncle gave me a bunch of OD green and M81
That's all that
pants
existed when you were a
and
kid.
jackets. Well, yes, but it was like from his stuff from Vietnam. And he literally like gave I was rocking like his Vietnam jacket with like the stuff on it, patches on it and stuff, back in the day. But dang, okay, so 37%. So okay, I'm just gonna pick what I want then, since you guys want to play game. I'm just kidding. I'll do whatever it says. And maybe I'll take some write-ins. So
I think Stifler's got a good idea there. I mean, I don't think you should do all blues. I think you could do like a gray, a black, a blue,
yeah.
and a light.
I agree. It has to be other stuff. Do a 3-color mix for camo. Do something like graphite black, NRA excuse me, blue, and robin's egg blue. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. But I don't want it to look like the GI Joe.
I love that shit though. Come on, the GI Joe blue camo blue
What's it
back
called?
in the day.
The Cobra blue or whatever. Dang, we've lost like 20 people talking about this. I'm sorry, dude. I had to ask y'all like what I should do. I told you guys. Look, I said I need you guys to help me select what I wanted, like what I was going to get done. I could very easily just pick and be like, "Yo, my guy, do M81 camo," and just be totally fine with it, or just be like, "Do a blue battle worn," or do the clear anodized or something, and I'd be happy with whatever I get. But there's something special about you guys, the viewers, helping me pick, what finish I'm putting on my gun. And then you guys are going to see videos of me running drills with that gun, because guess what? You know where I'm going tomorrow?
To the gun range. Did you freeze? I think Dark froze.
I'm just kidding. No, I was seeing how long I could hold it without breathing.
You held it.
Another 20 people. No, I'm kidding.
We're
So
back up.
tomorrow I'm going to the security dude from my church. Him and I are rolling together. We're getting a private lane. I got a whole setup now with a private lane at the shooting range. Yeah, a private plane. We're getting a private plane. We're getting a private lane at XCal, and I got this whole setup now. I got the what's the
I'm going back to indoors. One thing I didn't get to touch on, which I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going back to indoors, man.
You should.
I like running drills, but I really feel like you dial in accuracy in the indoor range.
I mean, it depends on your volume of fire.
But when you're shooting with multiple dudes and everybody's hitting the paper target and you're not putting up new targets, and it's so much more laborsome. I get tired of I'm like, dog, I'm not here to talk. I'm here to train. Like I'm weird. Like when I'm in my mood to train, I want to train. I'm not here to bullshit.
We
Like,
can talk before and we can talk after.
after.
The only talking we should be doing is shooting, moving, reloading, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Um, the other thing
CNT,
is you should really use IPSC
we have
targets.
100-yard indoor range over here, CNT. So
Nice.
I don't know if you know about that.
Solid freeze. Or sold that freeze. So you should do IPSC targets and you should have your predetermined targets, because otherwise it's almost impossible if you guys are both eating up all your targets to know who's shooting what.
what.
You can't keep
Yeah,
track.
and bro, walking back and forth and marking your stuff with a Sharpie.
No, you need the.
I'm not saying you should indoor it only. I'm saying that I do a lot. Y'all see, I post stuff. I do a lot of outdoor stuff. I show you my mistakes. I show you when I suck.
Yeah.
But going back indoors and hyper making sure your zeros are tight, that's the only way to do it. I mean, you could do it outdoors, but it's better to be like alone with your target, like not having a bunch of people around.
It's better sometimes. It's so BV Luminous, welcome BV Luminous, and Gabriel, good to see you. He says, sir, if you're tired of the flat range, SHTF will be impossible. So
I get tired because people talk and slow it down. Like I'm ready to just like I could do it on my own. Like if no one's there, I don't get tired of it. I can do it for 8 hours, 10 hours.
Focusing on training and like actually
like, let's slow down and talk about this now. And then I have a question. And I'm like,
so how are things between you and your wife? Like, no, we're not doing that right now. We're shooting. So you should be practicing or find a way to practice shooting in and around and even at, in some cases, a vehicle. You should be able to shoot underneath of a vehicle at targets a distance out, so you can learn to, how to manipulate your rifle on the shooter's end to where you can actually strike targets at decent ways away without destroying the vehicle. You need to be able to literally run, do push-ups, take a knee, dude. Even just bounding and taking a knee and getting up and shooting, and bounding, taking a knee, getting up and shooting, doing that like 5+ times, dog. The amount of energy you spend on doing things like that is huge. So doing things like that for years and years and years.
Shooter's global timer. I do need a shooter's global timer. That would be awesome.
Dog, changed everything for me. Shout out to Drew for sending that, best gift ever. That was also from Jonah. I will always remember that. I literally clip it on my pants near my belt buckle just so I remember Drew and Jonah. Anyway, sorry, I know we're getting on a little tangent here, but maybe the next whatchamacallit that I post here in a little bit will be, what do I do for the 10-3 and the Glock? Anyway, we'll bring this back. I think the 10-3.
Oh, you're doing the 10-3 also?
I think I'm going to do the 11.5, the 10-3, and the Glock.
11.5, 10-3, the Glock. Multicam everything, bro.
You're right. I should just spray paint all of them black.
Multicam.
Or blue.
To constrict a coworker with whom he was friends. Predictably, when Miss Bond asked the coworker for assistance, he vigorously objected to helping Miss Bond. The coworker began screaming at Miss Bond, who loudly responded in defense of herself. I would, to approximately 15 minutes after.
This is close to being done. I think it does paint a picture of the culture of the organization, and it starts getting into some of the things that the leadership do. And some of the aspects of this investigation pour into the next one about them. Although I disagree with the NFA completely, some things that they're doing illegally with zero issues. Breaking things like the NFA, breaking things like importation, exportation laws, silly things like what's the thing? Oh my goodness. I'm drawing a total blank on the exportation of firearms media and stuff.
Honestly, I don't worry too much about timer stuff, but you know what would be cool, as Drew
What?
said, rattle can set. We've talked about this. Like, there's ways to hedge it.
I'm
And
not a big I don't like to measure you know, my shooting, because then I'll actually know how bad I'm just kidding.
no, I mean, I shoot from timers. I mean, I posted something that we use timers. I just don't think it's always the most accurate way of depicting how quick you actually are. I think if you use a timer for like a multi-series drill, definitely you can get an idea of how efficient you are. Because I think efficiency is sometimes more important than just speed on like a 2-shot or a
Speed
or a,
alone, yeah, speed alone will not help you.
yeah, you need efficiency in your mag changes and your like
Shot
running a
placement.
shot placement. All that stuff is more important than like draw to first shot timing. But
So here
it's still a good thing to measure. But what I would say is, like, if you're very efficient in that process, you're gonna have a good time.
I'll bring it right back in one sec. If you're going directly to training for speed, you're doing it wrong. You need to nail the fundamentals and the basics. You need to get so good with your gun that it is an extension of you, and then earn the right to work on speed.
Yep.
But speed also makes you lose your teeth, and speed kills, so just be careful.
The argument subsided. A security officer removed only Miss Bond from the finishing department floor, bringing her straight to a meeting with Gordon Packer and Patty Buonapane. Mr. Packer and Miss Buonapane, with awareness of multiple reports that Miss Bond was being harassed by Mr. Perrone and awareness that no remedial action had been taken in response to these reports, charged Miss Bond with disrupting the workplace and sent her home
Does
from
his
work.
voice
Miss Bond
sound a little
attempted
bit
to
like
explain
Arms
that Mr.
Collar to
Perrone's
you?
conduct had become increasingly more hostile in the months following
A little less
harassment
gay.
complaints, resulting in her isolation and the argument with her coworker, but neither official would credit
A
her
lot
explanation.
less.
The next day, while Miss Bond remained absent from work because she was extremely distressed over her mistreatment, understandable, Mr. Reed again reported to Miss Buonapane that Mr. Perrone had threatened and was planning to get rid of Miss Bond.
Thank you.
Mr. Reed strongly asserted to Miss Buonapane that Mr. Perrone was retaliating against Miss Bond. Yeah,
We'll chat too.
This is like textbook retaliation, by the way, guys. Allegedly, okay? For reporting to Human Resources that he had harassed her. On March 3rd, 2016, Miss Bond returned to work to be told that she was being transferred from her position in the finishing department, a creative position in which she took great pride, to the shipping department, wherein her duties would be limited to repetitively checking that boxes had been packed properly. What fun. Guys, this is straight out of 1984. I can't believe I'm reading this, and I can't believe no one else has covered this in the past. It seems like a very toxic culture at SIG. And I will just say, too, their reps act like absolute assholes when the camera's running, when they know they're being recorded.
True.
So
that is
you
true.
wonder what they do when they think they are not being recorded, possibly, and this behavior kind of tracks with that, in my opinion. So what was SIG's response to this? Well, 6 Hours defense, they pulled out the Disney Plus defense. If you guys remember, that gentleman went to sue Disney after a wrongful death allegedly at the park, and Disney's response was basically, well,
instantly
actually,
the 320 would disappear into the ether.
Instantly, I'd be like, starting tomorrow, groundbreaking, we're making
being punished for bringing up what they perceived.
Okay.
Allegedly being punished for bringing up what they perceived as wrongdoing.
So this is where someone
of Miss Patricia Hall
attached to the investigation finds illegal
and
stuff.
while these are all technically allegations, I do just want to point out to you guys that in our last video, we covered the fact that Ron Cohen was convicted of very similar type of violations in court in Germany in Eckernford. So
hold on. Did you hear that?
All this up. I'll just say that's my opinion.
Listen to this really quickly.
Allegedly being punished for bringing up what they perceived as wrongdoing.
Hang on.
To explain that story, we have to look at the story of Miss Patricia Hall Clodier. So Miss Hall alleged some pretty serious export violations, and while these are all technically allegations, I do just want to point out to you guys that in our last video, we covered the fact that Ron Cohen was convicted of very similar type of violations in court in Germany in Eckernford. So interesting to keep in mind here. I don't think Miss Hall's making all this up.
Just so you guys know this, SIG Germany shut down. A lot of people know that SIG Germany shut down. What they're saying is that the factory in SIG Germany allegedly was raided. Guess how many times? What would just be crazy?
17.
17. Guess again. Crazy.
47.
That's a lot of times. Allegedly over 70 times Sig Germany was raided, and Mr. Cohen pled guilty to illegally exporting firearms and basically like arming folks engaged in proxy wars and all sorts of stuff, like crazy stuff. I'm sorry, what were you saying? You said show the what to what?
Hmm? Oh, yeah. I just wanted to see the ticker.
They shut down because they were constantly being raided, constantly. And then they shut down Sig Germany, and then they started doing all of their, okay, hear me and see me, doing all of their manufacturing out of the
Well, technically, it's a pilot location, so it's still included in our production line in America.
and all of their triggers and strikers and all these parts are allegedly coming from India, Korea, but all these other places.
There's certain countries when you see stuff made there, you're like, oh, okay, that's fine. But when you see India, when you see Pakistan,
they used their feet. They indeed used their feet.
When you see Indonesia, you're gonna
all
be
of
like,
those. India, Indonesia, Taiwan, Taipan, all of Kazakhstan, like all those places. I'll get into just the guts and the glory of this. So this is one of the important
My opinion,
parts.
I
But
invite you guys to come to
this
your
stuff is
own
important
conclusion
because
when you read
look,
the story.
all right,
So,
real talk. You guys would not spend another singular dollar with Sig. Okay, I am okay, and this is probably gonna seem extreme. Okay, I have a Sig 365, I have a Sig 320, I have another Sig 320, and I have like a $2,500 Sig SBR. Okay, I am going to offload all of them because I don't even want to own anything Sig related. I don't want the 365. I don't want nothing. I want nothing to do with anything Sig related. I also feel the same way about PSA.
how many SIGs do you have?
I think I have 4.
I think you could probably trade those for something nice.
I could probably trade them for like a clear anodized KH9 by B&T, folding KH9. Dude, I don't care what people say. They're gonna say same thing, dude. If I'm not just offloading that stuff because I saw this video. I sat back and reflected after taking in this, 2 hours of information. I reflected on it. I spoke with other people. I spoke with people that are in the know with Sig, and I learned a lot of things that made me just say I don't want to engage in anything with any of their products. But that's also how I feel about another company right now that I'll never spend another dollar with PSA, but I will not publicly say why. Sorry. Moving along.
Let's read what she said. Throughout the course of her employment, Ms. Hall identified and reported instances in which documentation regarding the export of SIG weapons violated applicable United States laws regarding export license applications, agreements, and regulations. One particularly noteworthy instance of such a violation, so apparently there were multiple, but this is just one of the worst ones, happened on or about
They're
June 1st,
actually currently
2017.
hiring
Ms. Hall
right
discovered
now.
that someone within SIG's sales department
No, I said I bet
identified
they're not looking to
recipients
hire
of a
any more
shipment of
women.
controlled weapons as identified by the National Firearms Act. It sounds like
Maybe,
completely normal sales
maybe, or
person
maybe
behavior.
they need someone
Not
to
really.
pick on.
Ms. Hall was able to confirm that someone at SIG removed the automatically generated Oracle invoice from the documents package and substituted a manually created invoice, the old switcheroo, that identified a different end user than the end user identified on the export license that Congress, the State Department, and the ATF approved. So as a reminder, Guys like you and me are landing in federal pound me in the ass prison, meeting Tyrone every night for making typos on forms. But Sig is apparently substituting whole new addresses and names for shipments, and nothing's happening to them, although something might be happening to them, which we'll get to in a minute. I just think that's crazy how they flout the rules that you and I follow so closely.
Foreshadow, dog. Okay, so just so you guys know, because I know Red Dawn and I were talking over it, what he said is that they had apparently what it was is a bulk order, a large order of NFA items. So I don't know if that's, they're restricted items. It could be SBRs, it could be machine guns, it could be whatever, right? AOWs.
Well, if they're in Germany, then they're not NFA items.
Well, restricted items. I mean, who knows what the, but no, this isn't SIG Germany. This is SIG USA in New Hampshire, what they're referring to here. All the other raids and all that, those were years back. What he's saying is that an order of a bulk order of restricted items were prepared. They have an approved recipient, right? That's approved by, blah blah blah. They just said all the approvals that have to go through for a person to be able to receive those restricted items, right? Y'all know, like an SOT, right? And they printed out the label for that recipient, and then someone went and manually created a different label with a different recipient, with a different name and a different address, and slapped that on the shipment. Is that not suspect?
So I thought this lady, though, Miss Hall, was the one that was also reporting that they were shipping stuff to wherever, foreign dignitaries or whatever, in the German location. She was not the other woman from that location. She was.
I don't know. It may have been, but from what I understand, what they're referring to here is out of the New Hampshire location. Gotcha. I mean, there could have been other allegations too, but unless I misunderstood. Because a restricted item in Germany could be handguns. I'm not sure what the laws are like there.
I just don't want to take down any gun manufacturers because
I don't want to take them down. I just am not going to personally engage with. Look, all I have to hear is that their gun
if
parts.
Someone gave you a Sig Spear, an 11.5 bufferless. I ran one today. It was very nice. Or a Sig Rattler. You ain't gonna run it.
I mean, prior to like this week, all I wanted was a 5.5-inch Sig Rattler. I don't want to.
If one showed up at your doorstep,
if a Sig Rattler showed up, I might run that. I made Dremel name off of it. All right, but my morals aren't that rock solid. Okay, dude. I don't want to pay them any of my money.
I mean, I feel like the gun industry itself is kind of a reflection of some of this stuff, though. Like what we've seen with CUSA, what we've seen with SIG, what we've seen with some other companies. Like the gun industry is not the most moral industry. It is
not
very nasty, and the companies. Which I agree with you. When you find companies who are legit, we should stick with them and support them and shine them out.
Yeah.
And we should shed light on things like this. But it's
and I think we should also take a very, very, very close, hard look at companies that are engaging in lawfare with other companies, and then once they drain them of all their resources through time, energy, money, and all that, and then they purchase them, we should really, as the gun community, look at those companies and be like, something may be wrong here. If a company like this is becoming engaged in a lawsuit, and then a year and a half later they're purchasing that company, that's a really strange thing.
Yeah, interesting.
Anyway, that's all I'll say about that. But for this stuff, here's the deal. A firearm company, it's not just about spending my dollars with them. A firearm company that is building firearms and manufacturing parts or having parts manufactured through MIM process, metal injection molding process. Not all MIM is bad, okay? But for some things, it's totally fine. But for them to use parts that are subpar on the most critical safety components of a firearm, that is
It'd be troublesome.
It's pure negligence. It's pure negligence. So that's why I'm saying all the things. But here they talk about all the stuff about the debauchery with the shipment with the manual override shipment to some random guy Tyrone in Chicago.
You can
documentation
call
regarding the shipment, including a comparison of the approved export license authorization with the documents sent to the freight forwarder. Upon discovering the end user change, he also communicated directly with the freight forwarder, which advised the end user the sales department had identified was the end user of the documents they received. So yeah, they're covering it up.
Pause. If we go back, remember what they said. They said the end user that was approved by the State Department, the ATF, the blah blah blah. So it has to be in the U.S.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
So I just thought of that.
Up all the way to the freight guy, it seems. Ms. Hall then discovered the sales department did not send the freight forwarder all of the usual required documents. Kind of weird. Instead, it omitted several of the required ones that would have had the correct end user and substituted the manually created invoice identifying the new end user. Very, very sneaky. Upon information and belief, the sales department communicated with the freight forwarder in this way to conceal that it changed the end user. I love the explanation here. When asked how it happened that he did not send the freight forwarder all of the usually required and forwarded documents, the sales department representative advised that he had just forgotten to send all of them. Oh, happens all the time, guys. When asked why the end user was changed, the salesperson advised that the new name of the end user was the Indonesian way of spelling Ministry of Defense. Oh, okay. But when asked why the address for the end user, in addition to the name, was also changed, the salesperson had no response. Uh-oh, dude. He was caught in 4K. Another individual present then claimed, however,
he was caught in 4K.
For the customer,
Skeeter.
who directed that the shipment needed to go to the new address. This was an
shout out to Skeeter, catching people in 4K.
Can never produce it. I'm going to read a story after this that alleges that SIG worked with an advanced network of shell companies, including agents in other countries.
Can you pause it real quick?
Fraudulent
of
shipments.
Course, Frederick Donegan.
That's what I'm telling you.
Are we upset that someone received NFA items without proper NFA? See, I think we all should be like this guy who received the NFA stuff. We should all just be approved instantly and get it shipped to our house.
So in the beginning, what I had said is personally, I completely disagree with the NFA, right?
Yeah.
However, if SIG is, and I think they're quite possibly being protected or they're allowed to operate this way, if we are all being held to these standards and individuals doing things like, we joke about the 17.9-inch shotgun barrel or, throwing a brace off, throwing a stock on, whatever. If we're being held to the standard of you will go to prison for 10 years and pay up to $250,000 in fines per violation, then these dirtbags need to be held to the same standard. Do I think the standard should even exist at all? Absolutely not. But it's also more than just this. So what's happening is they're sending these guns out to people, and then they're receiving payments. The individuals are allegedly receiving payments from shell companies in different countries that are clear kickbacks of, from likely some type of criminal, whatever they're doing, right? Whether it's criminal activity or whatever. It's and the dude goes through everything. He brings up the names of the people that own the companies, their ties to SIG, the brother, stepbrother, and cousin and whatever that have companies that were paying $30,000, $75,000. They wired $940,000 to, like, just very strange things. And then SIG, they have like line items for costs, and it's like SIG 320, cost $306. And then when they're selling it to, in this case, Indonesia, they're charging them like $1,690 something dollars. And then there's like documentation going back and forth of the like general in Indonesia saying like, hey, why are these almost $1,700? And they're like, well, these Sig 320s were made with better materials, and they're because they're going to your military, they're like way better, pinky promise. And they're made with better materials, better QC, better this, but like it's all BS, right? They have higher standards for QC than the civilian guns.
Well, when I see the Custom Works FCU and their mustard gold stuff on it,
I got one.
I'm like, what the hell is the difference between that and a regular FCU? And at first, you couldn't buy a regular FCU. It was only Custom Works FCU. I was like, this shit is the exact same, bro. I shot it. I've taken them apart. I pulled them out. I put them next to each other. It's the same thing, but you got a Cerakote on it. But that's marketing shit, bro. That's like, yeah. People take things too far.
To go back, I didn't say anything specific about PSA. What I said was I would not personally spend any more money with PSA at all, period, for reasons that I won't discuss publicly. Now, you guys got to remember, I have literally had one of the majority owners of PSA come on this show and talk about PSA, and I like what they say they stand for, which is to make the accessibility of modern firearms to every single person that they possibly can. I like that. I don't like that. I love that. However, if every single person here knew how they operated behind closed doors, not one of you would spend another single dollar with them. I'm sorry, dude. And again, I can't go into it publicly. If some of you guys want to contact me privately, I'd be more than willing to have an honest conversation about it. But let's just say that I've seen things that are absolutely disgusting and ruthless and mafia tactics, and I never want to spend another dollar. Now, if I see, that there's some 77 grain OTMs, for, $30 or something, yeah, I may grab a thing of AAC, but aside from that, I'm not gonna see. Here I am compromising on my morals again. I just don't want them to get the money because I know what they do with it. And let me stop before I say something stupid. Too many choices. What's up, brother? What? Torturous interference and hostile takeovers? What? Why would people do that? I would never say such a thing.
I actually think it is possible that an agent did ask it to be moved to a different location, but probably not for a great reason. We'll get to that story in a minute. Ms. Hall then addressed this directly with the international logistics manager. He too identified that he had not received the full set of usual shipping documents from the sales department.
Yeah, that's whack, Joe.
Changing the end user on an export shipment of controlled weapons directly violated federal law, including but not limited to.
You know what? They don't want to watch this. I'll say this, guys. The video that he made was excellent, okay? And for us to go through all 2 hours of it now would kind of be ridiculous. So here's what I would encourage you guys to do. I would encourage you guys to go. I dropped the link earlier. I pinned it earlier. It is in chat. Or if you guys just go look at the channel that you can pull it up. I would encourage you guys to watch it. Watch all of it. I personally watched it at 1.25 speed. Sometimes I bumped it up to 1.5. But if you guys are surprised by the information that you learn, and there's plenty of receipts, everything is cited, there's x-ray photos of the guns that were failing, there's all sorts of stuff that's like really damning information regarding SIGs. I would encourage you guys to watch it, and then if you feel like you learned more from it, I would encourage you to drop a comment and say, I would love to see you come on DLD After Dark and talk about this. That would be a huge help for me, because I would really love to get this guy on the show. Because
I might be trading my P365s in for some Glock 48s.
Bro, The 48 is excellent. I
47.
I think it would not be a bad idea. But I also don't want to like go on like a rampage and tell everyone else what to do or not to do. I'm just saying for me personally, I'm not going to contribute any more of my money to Sig. Did they make really good products at some point? Absolutely. Is their classic line still excellent? Absolutely. Dude, 226s, 229s, 220s, the old, what were they, 228s or whatever, the German Sigs, that like they're excellent guns.
38s and
Yeah, 938s, 238s. The I always wanted the what was it? It was like the Sig. It's like a 259 or something like that, or 925. I don't remember, but it was a really, really strange.
talk about Glock's numbers making no sense.
Yeah, I know, right? It was like a single stack 9 with like a crazy like a barrel. It was like a bull barrel that looked like a trombone. It was crazy looking, man. If anyone out there knows which model I'm talking about, man, I can't remember what it was. But it died. It came out during their 250 line, and it was such a big top heavy pistol that it just didn't stick. But it was cool. The 290 RS, is that it? Let's see.
I gotta say, I think we've reached the pinnacle of what guns are and can be. I really feel that way. I think it happened a couple of years ago. I think we hit the peak.
The 290, the Sig 290. Sorry, my bad, Red Dawn.
Yeah, the P290.
Was I even close with the numbers?
Is that the competition single stack one?
It's definitely not a competition one. It's here. I'll pull this up. It is a micro subcompact 9mm with like a crazy bull barrel. I mean, look, this barrel is literally like a trumpet, bro. Hold on, I'm gonna have to.
I like the 210. The Sig 210 is fire. If it was a double stack, that gun would be. I'd take a 210 double stack over any 2011. Any 2011.
Yeah,
yeah, those are pretty sweet.
Hold on.
Nice little pocket rocket. Can you pull up the 210? The 210 is gorgeous.
I gotta close a bunch of these tabs to even get it up here. Oh, dang it. I gotta close one of
That looks like a micro 320.
Okay, share this tab instead. Boom. There you go. So this is the 290. I think the RS was like a specific one where you can take like the rail section, like the grip section out or something like that. Or maybe the RS is like the whatever the SAS model is or something. But you see, dude, look at that thing, dude. That barrel looks like a trombone or like a trumpet. Like it's it's a really crazy conal like shape. But dude, I always wanted one of those. It was such a cool little tiny micro gun, and I used to love tiny little guns, man. I carried P3ATs, J frames, LCPs, which literally stands for little crappy pistol. I carried a Beretta 3032, a little 25 tip-up barrel. I loved. It was like the little hideaway factor of like, I got this tiny little thing in a pocket holster, and you would have no idea that somebody could just pull that thing out and tack. But benefits with pocket carry: super low pro, super low vis. I mean, you just don't look like you are carrying a gun. And I could be wearing a suit or whatever and literally have my hand on my gun with my thumb on my holster and draw it. But can you draw it in a second and put a shot in the alpha in less than 1 second, it's tough out of a pocket, So that's all. Now what we're going to look at is Red Dawn's Sig 210.
That gun is phenomenal.
It is. Those are straight up 100-yard guns all day.
Like one of the most accurate guns, phenomenal triggers. Like I said, if they made this gun in a double stack,
yeah. Maybe that's something that Sig could do. They could make the 210s in a double stack that took 2011 magazines and then give them out to everyone for free to apologize for the terrible things that they've done. I'm just kidding.
I'd forgive you tomorrow, Sig.
Yeah, you're forgiven. You can purchase our morals. Shout out, by the way, Lynchpin. Shout out Lynchpin. He traded his dagger and some other piece of crap for a Glock 26 Gen 4. And
Nice.
bro, that is an excellent gun. You will love it. It will give you many years of usage. So I think I actually have some 26 stuff. If you need some, let me look through my stuff. I got some 26 stuff. If you want like a Black Hawk Serpa holster, you got it, bro.
No, you don't want that.
I would not carry it. But if you want it, I mean, I'll let your boy. Go back to the 229. Dude, the 229s are excellent. 229s are excellent. All right, so
cool. I like that 229. I have never seen one in person. I've seen a lot of Sigs.
The whole idea of the P210 is to replicate the original. Well, I mean, that's what. So I was referring to the original, like the 210s, the original Sig 210s, which I've handled original Sig 210s before. They are quite possibly the most remarkable single stack 9mm ever made. In my opinion, more so than the Luger.
Yeah.
That's a tough one to beat.
They need to go home with their single stacks though. Like single stacks are dead. They're dead unless you're like. Well, why if you can make a double stack?
If we're talking full size gun, they ain't no purpose for a single stack.
The 210's a big gun.
It's a very large full size gun,
and the grip is big.
Dude, thousands.
Yes, they're expensive.
Yeah, so nothing has been done with the CAD yet. There was a small emergency, and I'm sure the person will talk about it very soon. Everything is okay, but just be on the lookout for.
I didn't see anything from Sig at SHOT Show.
Maybe they were preoccupied with
lawsuits
stuff. Yeah. All right. So basic stuff for survival, self-defense, and all that. Before we sign off, what are just like the basics that people should focus on if all they have is a Glock 26, a pocket knife, and a goon beam? What are some things that? Oh, by the way, I just want to add this Glock 30S that I'm carrying. No red dot, no flashlight, no nothing. I'm just raw dogging it with steel night sights.
Ah.
Shout out to Angry Bear Arms.
You're carrying the Masada Ubi.
Yeah, man. It's the boomer. It's the boomer. 45 ACP with no red dot and no light and nothing. Man, it's a good gun though. Guess what? I'm gonna put 13 soup cans through a mofo though. I'm sorry, 13 plus 1. 14 soup cans through a mofo.
And then when he gets to that wall, he's gonna put a few more different size cans through.
I see the P210 as more of a collector gun than the EDC gun. Oh, for sure.
They did just come out with the P210 compact.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. They're making all sorts of.
It's like a year ago.
Yeah. Run the Black Talons in it. And if you can't find Black Talons because they were basically outlawed, if you run Winchester Rangers, Winchester Ranger ammunition is literally the same cartridge as the Black Talon. It just doesn't have the black Teflon coating on it. So just take a Sharpie to it. So yeah, what are some basic survival things people should prep up
Fitness.
on?
Number one thing that you can have is fitness, fitness, fitness.
Mm-hmm.
That's my goal for this year. And then practice, practice, practice. So make sure that you're comfortable with your equipment. You can run it under stress. You can run it smoothly. But what will help you with all of those things is your fitness, for sure. Like the better shape that you're in, the more you can do those things. It's not always going to be the I'm not as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was. That may not happen. So you need to be as good as you can be, and your health and fitness is extremely important. And I suggest, we've talked about training and repetitions and different methods to get better, but overall, do not neglect your fitness. Do not. Be healthy, eat good food. This is the year that all of us should focus on our health. I think most of the people in this chat have the equipment that they need, and I think all of us could focus more on our fitness. So, it's a simple thing to say, and it's a little cliche, but man, it's so important, man. Seeing this kid run today at 23 took me back to being like, I used to move like a gazelle too, boy. He was like, so can any of you guys dunk a basketball? And I was like, dude, I could dunk until I was 29 years old. And that was almost a decade ago.
And then
So
what
happened? Father Time is undefeated.
Yeah. Dude, the thing that gave me made me feel like I got a lot more mobility back, because I'm still overweight, but I got like largely overweight, almost 300 pounds. I've lost a little over 20 pounds now. And the thing that like I feel like gave me a bunch of mobility back, to not feel like I'm like, like all over the place. One, losing weight helps you feel like you can move faster. You don't get pain in like your knees, hips, back, and all that like I used to. But jump roping 10 minutes a day with a weighted jump rope and walking 2 miles a day. Holy moly, game changer. And also, I feel faster and smoother on the range when I'm shooting,
BV said he quit drinking soda. That's awesome, man. I finally got one of my great friends to quit drinking diet soda. He does not drink it any longer. I'm so happy that he did that. But man, and this is something that comes from training, and also being someone who grew up in an Italian restaurant and having access to food that was not always the best for you. You cannot outwork a bad diet, man.
Yeah.
What we put in our mouths is super important. I've stopped buying certain things at the grocery store, even for my kids, so I don't have it in my house for me to snack on it. And like you cannot outwork a bad diet, man. And what we put in our bodies is fuel. There's forever chemicals in some food, bro, that is so hard to remove from your body. I met a gentleman today. He did the carnivore diet for a year and lost over 40 pounds. He did a fast for 3 days and lost 8 pounds. And we have to cleanse our bodies of parasites, forever chemicals, toxins. And I think we could learn more about those things and talk more about those things. And I think it's very good for everyone to listen to what I'm saying, because it's very important in the longevity of your health to be able to do that. And yet CNT design, slow and steady, is a good thing to do. But once you're under stress and you induce adrenaline and your heart rate goes up, and stuff that you do on the range is not always as transferable to a real life situation as you would think if you have not been doing stress induced activities. Yes, you can be more accurate. Yes, your zero can be more zeroed. Yes, you can be smoother. But when you introduce adrenaline, that changes slightly, and your body has to be used to high heart rates and being able to do those things under stress and having a good diet, being healthy.
I just got to be real. You said your zero could be more zeroed. You could zero your rifle.
You know what I mean by
multiple times. Actually, you know what? Someone okay. So this is actually something that could be brought up. And I totally agree with what you're saying, the sentiment that you're saying. By the way, a new poll is up. So the other AR pistol, I was going to say rifle. The other AR pistol that Fat Rooster is going to do, I put another poll up, and the options are this is the 10-3 with the PDW SP tactical brace on it. This has been like my go-to for forever. The BCM Colt LWRC. Clear anodized, like Honey Badger style. The Burple, which is like the mystic purple color that I showed you guys. 50 shades of OD green, which honestly the Cerakote doesn't work that well with that color, but whatever, that's winning right now. Or this copper battle worn. So it's like think of like a copper penny that's really beat up, but it has like the grain color in it, and it has like the green Statue of Liberty color green like accents all through it, so it looks like a really weathered copper battle worn kind of rifle. It's cool. It's super cool. Anyway, that's the poll for the 10-3. I don't know if you guys know this, but of course Sig made because everyone's like, we got to stop buying these optics from China. We need American made optics and blah blah blah. Well, Sig came out with a EOTech shaped optic that is a laser emitter that is 100% American made. So they say it is. However, you can switch between a red reticle and a green reticle, and they're independently zeroed. So you could have the red reticle zeroed at 50/200 with 55 grains, and have the green zeroed at 36 yards with 77 grains, or 100 yard zero with 77 grains, or something like that. Like, I thought that was actually really creative that they're independently zeroed. Also, it's $3,800. Seriously. So you guys wanted American optics, right? So
yeah, I'll take the primary arms. Test that one first.
I'll take that SLX RS10.
Yep.
Yeah, see, dude, lawfully armed nailed it. Yeah, $4,000. Yep.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Teehee. I know. 5.7 stripper Keltec. Yeah, we need Keltec strippers out here, bro. If you out in Florida, they got Keltec strippers for sure. For sure. I've been there. Booby trap out in the L Dub. If you ain't been to Lake Worth, you don't know. You don't know.
Ugh.
When was the last time you were at Lake Worth?
Never.
No. You never been to the L Dub?
Nah, I never did that kind of stuff. If I did that kind of stuff, I went to the real place, which is South Beach.
I mean, Lake Worth. Lake Worth isn't a strip club. Lake Worth is a place in Florida, but
I know.
They got this place there called the Booby Trap, and
I know the Booby Trap. I've driven.
You know the Booby Trap? Stop it.
Yeah, I've driven by it a million times.
Let's just say that I've been there before, and that's where I met Cavassier. I mean, my first girlfriend. I'm just kidding. Dude, this kid Cavassier. Oh Lord. Cavassier.
Is that her stripper name?
That was her stripper name. She could move one butt cheek at a time, bro. It was unbelievable. Okay, if
you were going to partake in such a situation, which I advise you don't.
Yeah, don't
go to a classy place.
I was literally 18 years old. The fact that club is still standing proves to you that heathenistic barbarians will still be doing this when the boog occurs. There will always be a market for vices, right? For sex, for drugs, for alcohol,
For people who haven't had enough deep conversations with someone that
with
they
God,
listen to. Yeah.
dude. Yeah, crazy. Did she have a sausage? She had mine. Dude, I can't even say it. Because the old me, straight up, the old me would have told y'all the whole story, and it would have been dirty, nasty, and Red Dawn's wife probably would have overheard it, and it would have been yucky. And but let's just say,
I don't know why, but testing 1, 2, 3 came to my mind.
What?
Because that's what you should be doing after you partake in these situations.
Oh, yeah. Tess, you should. So I've never gotten intimate with a stripper. I think that's disgusting. Yeah, come on. But she back when I was a heathen and was not saved and had not died in my sin yet, I was enjoying my time at this gentleman's club. And this woman, Cavassier, it was my birthday, and she just took a special liking to me. And she was like a solid 9, bro.
Cavassier.
I know, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. It's like every chick is named like Skittles, Cavassier, or like whatever dumb names. She literally worked me with her mouth through my velour sweatpants, velour back then, until I finished in my pants. That's how hardcore Cavassier. Your stream has been removed due to a terms. Dude, I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep it real. I'll tell you guys.
I had a friend. He thought he was in love with the stripper and was gonna marry her and everything.
BB said, gross.
Gross.
Dude, and I don't finish quick. She was committed, bro. Sorry, my bad. Go ahead.
And those velour pants are now for sale at your local Goodwill.
Those North Carolina blue velour pants are for sale on eBay, like Risky Krisky used to do. By the way, Risky Krisky is back. I want y'all to know.
Shh, keep it secret. Keep it safe.
Risky Krisky is back. He's back on YouTube. And if you search at Risky_Krisky, you can find his account. But don't tell anyone.
He should have changed his name, and it would sound like a stripper joint if he called it Risque Krisky.
Risque. That's a good idea.
I'm almost too mad to do the show at this point. In fact, I just need to walk out of here. I can't do it.
I like seeing old fat Alex Jones.
I know. Now with his like, I think he got the surgery, bro.
I think he linked up too with homeboy from the UFC, and he put him on to how he lost all his weight.
Yeah, could be.
Ozempic, maybe.
Let's get a quick reminder of where we once were and where we are now.
Was that like a 1993 version of your intro?
That was the Reading Rainbow DLD intro.
Yes.
Reading Rainbow. You know. But now, if for those who really want to go back, I mean way back.
I still do that sometimes. I just like it.
It kind of rocks.
It's a vibe.
Or you could do
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of rocks. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, does everyone know that the intro just has a bunch of pictures of Polymer all in the like? That's all it is. Like, there's security cameras with like a matrix background with Polymer 80s. You see. Can I just say that is a floor filled with Polymer 80s. Dawn knows what that is.
No SIGs were shown in the making of this video.
you know what that little bracelet Adam.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. What I really want, and I'll probably never find one. Never. That's kind of a pessimistic outlook. The original, not the silly, stupid new one, the original KPOS, Kilo Papa Oscar Sierra. It was like the first aluminum brace system for Glocks in existence. And that thing, it was a stock only. Braces didn't exist like at all back then.
Oh, I can get you one actually.
But they're all polymer.
Oh,
The aluminum one was like the most solid thing in existence, but all they switched to let's pull it up here. Let's get that thing.
Did it have the chassis that went over the gun?
Yeah.
Damn, that's a nice simple setup right there, and it locks in. It's kind of like
Dude,
a micro Roni.
It's so sick, and it's way smaller than the macaroni. Yeah, see, these are all so here's. Yeah, see, that's so whack. It's all polymer now, dude. This literally, this was, let me see if I can find the OG. They probably have completely removed the OG from all of the internet because of how much the new one sucks compared to the first one. Let's see.
Yeah, there's a link for the IDF. I mean, the IDS selling one. Machine 6061 T6 aluminum with a full length integrated 1913 mil STD Picatinny rail for ultimate rigidity and stability.
See, this looks like it, but it's open image and new tab. Here's Z tab. So this is similar right here, but I don't like that they have all this crap all over it. Let me show you all this one. This thing is pretty nasty. Check this out.
Yeah.
So this was all machined aluminum, and there was a second generation that totally. My watch just said, "Time to stand up, DLD." I'm like, bro, I've been standing this entire time. What are you talking about? They opened up the shroud so you could actually run a can in there. And it's so funny when dudes were running full auto Glocks in it, the can, because of the lid system, is just like wah! It's just like waving like a dog's tail. Just because but yeah, that one was pretty nasty. Dark, have you played with any of those FCU Glocks? I have not. I do want to tell us
with
what
it.
you want. What you really want, Scary Spice. So I'll tell you what I want, what I really want. Dude, BB, you surprised me. Just the 80-20, bro. I love my whatchamacallit, Who's You Doodle 80-20. That thing is ill.
Yep.
I've not really played around with them. I messed with the RXM a little bit, and the RXM it's RXM-ish, you know.
It's nice.
Yeah, I mean it's
in the $300 ballpark range. It's very nice.
I mean it's like $399. That's like the going rate.
It needs to go down to like
$309. If it was $299, $309, something, I would have grabbed one. You know, it honestly, I'd have grabbed one of those. Put all OEM parts in it because I'm sure they're using Taiwanese Glock parts because why would anyone else not? It's Ruger. And then throw like an OEM. So basically, I would just build an OEM Glock. Really, the magic is going to come when there's like a super sick, like KPOS style, Flux Raider style, B&T boombox style, FCU Glock RXM compatible subgun that you can throw that thing into and just snap a Glock slide on. Like, can the Glock guys have something too? Is what I'm saying. Okay, the SIG guys got like, I got my Flux Raider, I got my Micro 365 Flux Raider. Like, I
just don't know if you could ever do it like you can with an FCU.
Thank you.
Like you could make something, but it still ain't gonna be a Flux Raider.
Well, but I'm saying with the RXM FCU, they could. That's what I'm saying, dude.
Sure.
I would buy if they came out with a Flux Raider style subgun setup, and it was a register, something you had to do a 4473 for, but you could just punch in a Glock LPK and slap on a slide. I would buy that like that, no question.
I don't know why more companies, and I think Icarus might be doing that.
I messed around with one of Icarus's polymer frames.
The P365 one?
Yeah. Let me grab this.
Huh?
Here.
I just don't know why people like don't just, I guess because you have to be an FFL to ship it and sell it because it's a gun. So that might be kind of holding up things where like if you are not.
Bro, look how large these ones are. I'll hold up the other ones. Dude, and they don't like say extra large.
I got a set in here.
Yeah, it's weird. They don't like say extra large. The other ones don't say that they're small, but these ones are like 2/3 of the size larger than the other ones. Maybe they're just the newer ones, but picked up another one of those. I probably have like 10 of them. It's probably overkill. I should probably start to give some away, but thank God I haven't had to use them, right? And then also the Burn Tech. I got another one of these because look, burns suck, and they're literally like $6.88. Like, come on, like that's something that's so easy to put in the kit. Hydrogel dressing for emergency purposes. Apatrunek hydrozelowi ratunkawi. Yeah. 1% TBSA, 2.5%. What? 1% male, 2.5% female. Yo, what is this? Can somebody please tell me what that is? It's like 1% man, 2.5% woman.
Midget?
Or is that a midget? That's what I was I can't even know what it's still.
I think that's kind of just explaining two
body coverage, like
for a child.
Coverage.
Yeah, probably.
I think it's
like this.
Okay. So it'll cover up to 1% of an adult's body and up to 2.5% of a midget's body.
So if you have 100 of them and you fell into a fire,
then you could
cover all your body.
Beg for a 9mm jacketed hollow point in the base of your skull. I also grabbed one of these because, dude, I prefer my QD sockets in the rear of my receiver as opposed to on my stock. Dude, it just it gives you so much more room. It doesn't interfere with you shouldering at all. It just
only for single points.
No.
What do you put the back? You put the back one on it. So you put the front one in the front and that on the back.
What the back one in the back of the stock and then the front one in the back of the receiver. Carry it like a purse.
Is that how you do it?
Absolutely not. No.
Other way around.
I carry the rear one in the rear of the receiver. I prefer to carry it in the rear of the receiver, and then the front one in the front of the handguard. Not out a bunch, not too far out. I want it as close to like this as possible. I just feel like
so what I like is just I like having it in the rear of the stock, but I don't like it at the end of the gun. I like it close. So
yeah,
I just like it the other way.
Close to like the front of the receiver. So if your upper and lower are here, right? And your
I
stock
don't like
is
it by
here.
my handguard where I'm manipulating all the gun and then I'm
Yeah,
like
yeah,
grabbing.
it needs to
I
be
hate it.
back here. So if your muzzle is out here, it needs to be back here. And because of that, I don't like the sling around the stock, because regardless if you run it on the outside of your stocker brace or the inside of your stocker brace, you're getting some interaction when you're manipulating. Or if you're doing drills, constantly doing drills, and it's like high ready, low ready, patrol, bill drill, two shot, Mozambique, El Presidente. It's like, dude, this is like getting all up in the way. So I prefer that. Also, I grabbed
You need a real short. You got to shorten up that sling a lot if you're running in the back of the. I know. I got 5 of those in the mail.
I saw that you got a 5-pack from
Oh, when I screenshot it?
Obsidian or something like that.
Yeah.
Odessa, who's it?
I think it's Obsidian. Let me go back to that screenshot. I can't remember now.
And then we all need extras.
Ooh, is that the Fail Zero one?
No, this is the CMMG one.
Ooh.
But CMMG makes Fail Zeros anyway. So
what?
My bad. I thought I was muted. Can you hear me?
They make the Fail Zero
I'm
one?
just kidding. I'm joking. I totally just made that up. I'm a liar and a thief.
Damn, no wonder it's so awesome. That must be like their high-end one.
No, I seriously do not know. I made that up.
Well, now I'm Googling it.
Googling can tell you Nathan. All right, let's go ahead and wrap it up. Guys, look, I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for coming out. I love you all. Find Christ. Bye. I'm just kidding. We can wrap it up. What would you like to tell the people before we go? Is there one word you would like to say?
We already have
FJB.
Yeah.
Get in shape, y'all. Get in
y'all.
shape. Let's all get in shape, work on our fitness, and post body pics in December. Get in shape. Eat healthy food. Your body is a temple for the living God to dwell with inside of you. And that is a real thing. So
That actually
Christ
is.
king.
I'll stop joking around. You're saying some real stuff. Right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Take care of the temple of God. It is you.
I did not take care of myself for a very long time. I'm still not anywhere close to where I'd like to be. I have lost a bunch of weight, but I'm at a point now where I've kind of plateaued with walking 2 miles a day and with jump roping for 10 minutes a day. I believe I have lost all the weight that I can lose doing that. So that means I need to reevaluate the
Are you
things
walking?
I'm
Are you walking with like a backpack on, or
So I'm not
area?
like rucking currently. I'm literally just walking. What I'm gonna do once all the snow and all the wetness and all that goes away, I'm actually gonna start loading up like X amount of pound bags, like a 45-pound bag or whatever, and I'm gonna go out and literally go hiking. There's a bunch of areas near. There's actually like where the Battle of Balls Bluff happened. I'm within a half an hour from that. Where the Potomac and there's a bunch of stuff out there. So I'm going to go out and do some more of that, but I can't now because it's like freezing temperatures. There's snow everywhere. There's ice everywhere. Wetness.
Do it.
Everything is moist.
What if shit hits the fan and it's moist and wet and cold?
Well,
Do
obviously,
it.
in that case, I'm still going to do it, but
Do it.
I walk around with my Chihuahua at the Balls Bluff with.
If you take that Chihuahua and stuff him in your shirt, I promise you won't get cold.
Yeah,
keep you warm, bro. Belly to belly.
Because of all the blood leaking down my torso from him trying to scratch out of me like a rat in a bucket. What was that movie where they torched a rat in a bucket to eat through the guy's stomach? What was it? What movie was that? Somebody. No, that was Master Splinter.
Oh yeah, the Green Goose.
For you guys out there, I know you got. Whoa, I'm like 2 miles behind chat. Squat to failure. I dare you. Woof. Man, that'll be with you.
I used to do sets of 225, 4
Was
reps to 20.
Was
20
that Fast and
reps.
Furious?
Was it? No.
Where they torched the oh, I think he's right. I think they had a
No.
I think
The
he's
first
right.
Fast and Furious? The
Too
first one, the OG.
No, not the first one. Too Fast, Too Furious. Yo, I forgot about that. 2 or 3rd one was the rat. Dang. Yo, you see,
I don't
you
remember
guys,
that scene.
I can always count on you guys. So they put a oh, that's right. It was the first time the CIA guy got involved. They put a rat on his belly, and then they put a metal bucket over it,
Oh, yeah,
and then they
yeah.
took a blowtorch and they so the rat
Gotcha, okay.
only had one place to go. That the rat would eat through the stomach of the guy, but he only had like a couple scratches on there. Dude, it's so dry and I'm so ashy that I literally started bleeding from how ashy I am, bro. Look at that.
You better get yourself some Aquifer, dog.
Dude, that's insanity, bro.
You need
That's
Aquifer.
insanity, bro.
And gloves and lotion.
I'll be gloving it. It was the undercover cop. Oh, that's right. His cigar lighter. Ashy Larry.
Yep.
Oh, that's great.
My legs been ashy like that in this season. My legs been looking like you could scratch some ash off of them.
Some Sarah V. Yo, Benchi's brother.
Sarah V, boy.
Yo, if you guys don't know, Benchi's Go Boom is the man. He is the CAD daddy. And Benchi's, I actually need to hit you up about an idea that Lynchpin hit me up with. It was actually a great idea. I think what I'm going to do is steal the idea, use it to make billions, and then send him a check for like $7 or something like that. I'm just kidding, but he really did have an excellent idea. So I need to hit you up about that. And I also need like the 17 jig and a bunch of other stuff. So I'll definitely be hitting you up, man. I've just been he just did the sodomy flag. Thank you for the sodomy flag. O'Keefe's working hands is good if your fingertips are splitting. That's facts. Very good points. All right, let's wrap up. Anything else you wanted to say?
No, I think I covered it all.
Guys, make sure that you focus on water, food, shelter, security. When looking into the security aspect of all this, I would highly encourage you guys to purchase as much ammunition as you can. Okay, like obviously Red Dawn already hit on fitness. You know, that is the one of the most important things is your psychological, like your mindset and your physical fitness, because your body will break down if you're not in good shape. If you're not in good shape, you will die. Which is one of
And
the reasons
nobody can take it from you.
Yes, nobody can take it from you. And like Garantham says, if you're not in shape, you will die. Also, I encourage you guys to, just like you clean your body, I encourage you to clean your mind. I encourage you to build a relationship with Christ. We all know Christ is King, Christ is Lord. And I'd encourage you guys to respond to him. He is seeking you. So respond to him and build a relationship with him. Commit your life to Christ. Repent for your sins, because where we're going, we don't need roads. The other thing is from a mortal coil standpoint. In this world that we're in right now, I believe we're being attacked from the outside on the inside. So what I mean by that is our ammunition source is being attacked domestically. The majority of our domestic manufacturing of ammo has been sold to the Czechoslovak group, which is a group of foreigners. It is a bad thing, I believe. And we're talking like every company, like CCI, Spear, Federal, like everything. Well, that was already an issue, right? But luckily, we still had things like Winchester and, other option. Well, not anymore, because Winchester was just purchased by Ammo to Go or whatever it was or is. And now a Chinese company owns Winchester. I don't even know if that's public information yet. If it wasn't, it is now. So that means like literally 85% of our domestic ammunition is owned by foreigners. Like, dude, that is, man, what's up, brother? That is crazy. The fact that like we are being neutralized. I don't care whether it's government or gun grabbers or whoever it is, or just foreign actors that don't want, the civilian populace to have ammunition. That is a massive risk. Guys, ammunition is cheaper now than it has ever been. I just checked the spot price. I use Ammo Squared. Actually, even though it has like my whole government name on it, if you guys want, I can share. It's the easiest way to buy ammo. I can share it with you. It'll give you $25 worth of ammo and give me $25 worth of ammo. If you hit me up on Instagram, I'll share the link with you. It's basically a way for you to like preset all your ammo. So like if you are like, I want you to take out $20 a week and buy 9mm 115 grain full metal jacket and jacket hollow points 5.56 300 black, whatever, you get to preset all the stuff that you want each week. It's a savings account. If you want it shipped, boom, you ship it. I've never paid $1 in shipping, by the way. Literally, I've only done free shipping. Once you get past a certain point, they'll ship it for free. Which it's like all very reasonable. But anyway, you don't have to like shop for ammo. It just always gets deposited in your account. And then if you don't want it and you're like, oh man, I need my money back, you just click sell, boom, you get all your money back. That's it. No question. No, you don't have to do anything else. You just click it and get your money back. If you're like, oh, I don't need 9mm and 5.56 anymore, I need 300 blackout, you just click to transfer to another caliber. It's so easy. It's like game changing for ammunition. So that's a good resource for you guys. Either do it on your own, or if you want the gift card for $25, it gives both of us $25 worth of ammo. So that'll be good for both of us. Hit me up on Instagram or email me or whatever. I can send that to you. Stack it wide, stack it deep, get your ammo right, because dude, guns will not matter if we do not have ammunition. Our toys don't work without batteries. So you got to stack it wide and stack it deep. And of course, you got to prioritize training. That is super important. But man, it's at a certain point, you just may need to stack it, or at least hoard the majority of what you're stacking and then shoot a little here and there. But anyway, that's all. I don't know anything. I'm just a silly little old man.
And also take care of your house, take care of your living space, make sure everything is functioning and clean, and things can't go wrong on you, because make sure you have fire extinguishers in your home and all kinds of other stuff, because dude, those kind of setbacks are like horrible, right? Like you store up all this ammo in your house, and next thing your house goes burned down. So
are there any
your stuff?
Are there any particular reasons you're sharing those two things you want to discuss?
Yeah, I had the fire department in my house at like 2 a.m. last night, because we were running the heat, and I saw smoke, and I smelt smoke that smelled like fire smoke. So I called, because I'm like, listen, this bitch ain't burning down. You will get here and fix this shit. And now I have some other things I need to tighten up, but also my house is for sale, and I can't have my house burning down before it sells. And so, yeah, and my septic's full, and I have a septic pump coming out on Monday. And I did show this in my live stream. You should have one of these.
First Round Ammo has 50 round sample boxes of 9mm 124 grain, limited
Never know.
for $4. That's crazy. Sorry.
You never know when this right here might be your toilet. You have one of these little lids right here.
For sure.
And if you got kids, you can use the short 5-gallon buckets. They really enjoy it. They actually like this thing better than the real toilet. So maybe it could be used for potty training. But yeah.
Dude, most people don't even know what that is, bro.
Well, get one. You see what it looks like? It is exactly what it looks like.
It is exactly what it looks like. Yeah.
It goes on a 5-gallon bucket. And you can have a toilet anywhere. Don't throw your toilet paper in here, though. Put it in a plastic bag and throw it in the trash. You know, this is not like a real porta potty. You want to be able to spray it and wash it out and then dump it in your garden, make your plants grow big.
You know, I think for people that may not have thought of all areas for preparation, go out and go around your neighborhood and start grabbing a whole bunch of the rolls of the doggy poop bags, because I'll tell you what, you'll probably need to use those yourself. And
You see, like everyone in the chat tomorrow is rewrapping them, taking the dog poop bags from the dog park.
Just like totally like rolling them up around their fist. Dude, I'm telling you, you got to police
steal them from the dog park. Order some yourself.
You could do that too. But dude, straight up, these are the things that people don't think about. You got
So when you walk your dog, you're like, one for the dog, one for me.
just like ammo, right? Just like ammo. Get 4 boxes, 3 to stack, 1 to shoot, you know. Dude, police your poo. You got to police your poo. If you are in a boog,
I guess I could use a liner.
Liner, literally get a bunch of
I don't
shopping
want bags of that shit though. I'd rather just spray it and dump it in the garden under my plants. It's actually
no, dude, the amount of fecal matter spray back you're gonna get is gonna be unhealthy. You need to get those like shopping bags, like Target bags, or
you could use a trash bag or anything in that.
Yeah, and then put it underneath and then put the seat on top of it.
Yeah. I don't think you want to use maybe the Target one, it's kind of big.
Yeah.
But then I gotta go buy stuff at Target. I don't want to do that.
Don't spend money there, just get stuff.
And then you got to spend money on it. See, now you're just adding money to this situation where
just get a bag. You don't have bags? Get a bag.
How many bags you got? I don't got a bunch of bags.
Bro, I could bring up a bag of bags right now that's probably
I used to be like that too. But see, I shop at Costco. They don't give us bags. And I save a lot of money by doing that. Those stores,
save a lot of money.
Stores that are giving you those plastic, they're charging you for that. It's built into the price of the groceries.
All of your enemies are going to be smelling your poo from a mile away.
That
Dude,
they won't come by you.
Do you know, even if you just stand up when you pee, there is a 3-foot splash radius. So imagine if you have
not if you stand on your deck and piss off the deck outside while the dogs are pissing.
There is a 3-foot radius, but
it's
not. It's in a different place. But if there's a 3-foot radius, if you're just standing and pissing in your toilet, imagine if you're pressure washing dookie out of your feek bucket. You know, if you have a feek bucket.
Hold on. Is it a 3-foot radius for males and females?
For males, if you're standing, I said.
So piss outside like the humans have for the last 7,000
But I was just saying, for an example, if you're pressure washing,
my kids take a deuce in it.
You're going to be pressure washing dookie out of a bucket, and it's going to be splashing.
Some of you haven't pressure washed dookie off the back of your toilet with your urine.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Look, we all play the game of like, wifey's like, okay, you want me to clean the toilet? Okay. All right. It's just this little piece. It's a little piece stuck there. I gotta get it. You told me to clean the toilet.
Built-in pressure washer.
Yeah. And like after the poop doesn't come off, you're like, anyway,
this is what happens when we extend the goodbye.
Oh, what? Hold on. Do you have
anything else to add, Red Dawn?
Yeah, actually, I have something to add. How did my poll end? Hold on.
So yeah. Anyways, the fire department did come to my house at 2 a.m. I had them use the thermal to check everything. I even went on my roof and checked my own roof. I went up in the attic at 2 a.m. I double checked everything because these lazy jokers, they're like, oh yeah, everything looks good. I don't smell anything. And I'm like,
Dude.
bitch, I smelled something. My wife smelled something. We called you.
Did
I
they
had
use
actually, I had
FLIR?
I had, yeah, they used the FLIR.
Nice, that's dope.
And
Were you like,
that's why
yo,
I'm like,
let me get that up off you, cuz?
let me get that. Although it's like a handheld, so like,
Yeah.
it'd be like using like a selfie stick to like scan stuff. I don't know. I don't know about that.
It is cool though. Dude,
It is cool.
50 Shades of OD green and the copper battle worn with the green like Statue of Liberty accents tied at 29%. So I'll just say that I'm gonna do the copper battle worn with the Statue of Liberty colored accents because
yes,
that's the one I would rather do. I kind of want to do the clear anodized honey badger style, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
On the 10.5, I
10.3.
Big Fish has some cool 50 Shades of green. He's got some nice ones.
Yeah.
I actually really like the way he painted the one that you got.
Yeah, just I just
feel you though.
like it different, All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. I'd like to encourage all of you guys as we go through these trying times. It doesn't matter who's president. It doesn't matter who's on our side and who's not. We got to be realistic because the reality is that there are no kings and queens out there that are going to save you, okay? You are the one that is going to save you and your family, okay? That's it. That's it. It doesn't matter who's in office. Doesn't matter who their super dope cabinet is and all that. Look, there may be some good things that come, but who knows? It could be the evil one at work too. So we are literally in a culture war right now. So it is important that you take on the role of a culture warrior. All right, and you beat that drum as loud as you can through the streets. Through the streets. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, to be a better human being, to be a better man, you have to get right with your family. You have to get right with God. But the best way for you to do that and to be a better man and to be a better human being is to find a way to measure, like use metrics, standards, and expectations you set for yourself. Some of the rules I like to share with you guys at the end of every show are: rule number 1 was Satan let loose in 1776, well before, or was he defeated in 1776? I don't think he's ever been defeated, personally.
I do.
I think he's defeated every day, actually, now that I say that out loud.
I think he was defeated at 0 in between BC and AD.
Yeah.
Year 0. Defeated.
It's an interesting perspective. Maybe we could do a show on that specifically. Anyway, guys, rule number 1 is to be kind. It's so important that we're kind in everything that we do. That brief interaction that you have with somebody else could have a massive impact on their life. So be kind. Rule number 2 is to live a life of care, compassion, contribution, give to others. When you bless others, you become blessed because the hand that's open to give is open to receive. Rule number 3, because we know the only way for us to defeat evil is with good men skilled in violence. Make sure that you're becoming as highly skilled in violence as you possibly can be, and be safe, be dangerous, and keep that thing on you. I don't think I've ever talked like that in the microphone. It makes me feel like I'm doing something very important, but in reality, I'm just talking to myself in a computer. Anyway, guys,
get in shape.
Yeah.
Be good people.
You're gonna die.
Be strong. Be of good courage.
Yeah, and dude, out of all of this, we talk about a lot. We joke about a lot. Interesting. Sorry. Find a way to build your relationship with Jesus Christ. He loves you. He died for you, and he wants a relationship with you. That's all he wants.
Thank you, Bob.
And I love y'all. And I'll see y'all in the next one.
Oh, no.
No.
Good night.